Alrighty, hello, how is everybody doing? This is what we're doing for today. Yep, don't quite know what happened, things broke, camera says no, it was fine yesterday, and today it is not. So, today we are going down that PNG tuber route. Unfortunately, it is not animated, it is not going to change anything, it is just there. It's going to be sitting on the side, and you guys can enjoy having Panda Cam on, but that's about as much as we get. I legit have no idea what is happening. The camera has been working absolutely fine all week, because I also use it for work purposes. And now today it's decided that it doesn't want to transmit into Streamlabs, and probably the only thing I could do to fix it would be to restart the entire stream, but that would break some of the stream links, and then I have to reset it up on YouTube again and then send you guys a new link to go to. What a way to actually get this to work. Yeah, move the Panda Cams and make it look like she's streaming. I can absolutely do that. We can just go whoop, pop Panda down the corner there. Job done. I put myself up there on the side. Yeah, perfect. There we go. This is exactly what we want. But yeah, no, Panda is doing absolutely fine. She's chilling, having a little nap in her little bed down on the side there. So she's gonna be fine. But yeah, this is just the state of things today, which frustrates me because today obviously is the first day that we've got this going with Twitch as well, which actually has been surprisingly easy to set up. It just doesn't seem to want to cooperate now. So if anyone is over at Twitch at the moment, hello, welcome. This is not what the stream normally looks like, but you know what? We're gonna make the best of it. This is just how things go sometimes. So let me have a quick catch up on what has been happening on chat, because part of it's come through on YouTube and part of it's come through on a combined one. Zonorix was first in. Hello, welcome. How you doing, mate? We peak on mid right now. What do you think? We're going to be starting off with some peak because we're going to be diving back into Grapple Dogs to get started. And then we're going to be moving on to the Wheel of Misfortune to see what else we're playing today. Squaretron, welcome. We're mid till we're peak. That's always the way things go. Richard, forgot to go back and watch the beginning of Grapple Dogs. That's okay. You didn't miss out on too much. The good news is that we're going to be picking up where we left off, and we've basically just completed the tutorial section and the first boss fight, and we're going to be able to actually get into the interesting stuff from there. Snood, you're prepping some food now. Fried chicken, lemon herb steamed broccoli, and Irish coffee. That sounds fantastic, and I am very jealous. Some guy, welcome, how you doing? This one didn't appear in your subscription page. Fortunately, I thought check your Adam's channel page just to be sure. Good move. Subscription pages are sometimes a bit weird, and they won't show things that you would expect them to. They're a little bit unreliable, unfortunately. Zonorix, you've got an ear inflammation, got eardrops now, and he's on your side for 10 minutes. Fingers crossed the drops do their trick. Ear infections are no joke. They're extremely frustrating. It's like having an itch in a place that you can't scratch. So fingers crossed that gets fixed for you pretty quickly, mate. Some guy ready for more Grapple Dogs with your bologna sandwich. Nice. Okay. Look, bologna and cheese, it's basic, but it hits the spot sometimes, right? Matey 8, hello, welcome. How you doing? Richard MV, this is your roommate's D&D night with friends. They picked up some food from one of the local pizza places. Not the one you worked at, so had some of that. Now you're eating candy. I mean, not the healthiest dinner ever, but hey, if it's weekend and it's going to help you relax and it makes you feel better, go for it. I'm not going to rag on that. Snood, I think it only appears in the subscription feed once the stream starts. Possibly, yeah, YouTube's a bit weird about how it actually shows live streams and things like that. Yep, we've actually started. It's kind of working. Don't worry. Maximum Cheese, welcome. How you doing? Won't be able to tune in right now if you will. Jensky McBride, hello. Just enjoy the beauty and grace that is Lady Panda. She is very graceful. She's actually been really cuddly lately, and I don't quite know why. But she, like any cat, gets hyperactive in the middle of the night. And now that she's decided that we're getting into the winter and it's getting a little bit colder, she will run around like a mad lady for a few hours. Just skittering around under beds and under the couch and around the living room and all the rest of it. And then she will climb into bed, like under the covers, and just snuggle up against me to sleep. And that is her routine now. She never used to be that cuddly, but now she likes actually climbing in under the covers and just snuggling. It's very cute. Very, very cute. Squaretron, you're planning to do a stream double feature to this and the horse race test tournament. I've been hearing things about this horse race test tournament. I don't know the details, but it sounds like it's going to be one of these internet phenomenon things. What else have we been chatting about here? Zonrex, you got hungry? No worries, goodbye. Yeah, some guy. Phoenix down on the camera might actually help with it. Pandacam's working. Yeah, it's the main one that's dead. And yes, we are going to have some dirty Twitches here, potentially today. We'll see what happens. Right. I think that's the bulk of what's been chatted about. So good to see everyone here. Gino, hello, how you doing? Naive Melody, welcome. Chat if you hear ominous bells from above and we'll see a series of skeletons descending the heavens. Don't fret, it's just Grey's IT guys. I wish I had IT guys on demand that I could summon, even if it's through a satanic ritual. Somehow I feel like that would be an improvement over normal IT call-out services. Like, could you imagine if you had a dedicated IT team that were on call 24/7? Like, oh, you know, you have to perform a sacrifice. Oh, alright, sure. It's just another one. What's the big deal? And then, of course, they get there and they go, oh, you haven't turned the on switch on. That'll help. You're like, oh, God. I made a sacrifice just for that. Yeah, still worth it. Who else have I not called out yet? I think there's one. Mamamoo is hip. Hello, welcome back. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by the stream. Lovely to see you again. Okay. And let's check over the other one. All right. Because now I've got the combined chat working as well. I can see if anyone does drop in from Twitch. So we'll see what happens on that side. All right. Cool. I think we are good to actually just crack on with things. Camera issues aside, this is where we are and this is what we're going to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to kick off with some more Grapple Dogs, because that one won the vote last time, which means we're going to need to put an extra 30 minutes on the clock. We're going to play 30 minutes of Grapple Dogs, and then we are going to get into something else, because that's how this always works. Oh, hang on. Where's Pandacam gone? No. We can't do this without Pandacam. Hang on. We're going to put me back up there. Pandacam in the corner. There we go. And I'll chill out there. Perfect. Mamu's hit. Fine playing some Zelda, but you'll stop for the stream. No. You can multitask. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of both. Alright, so yeah, reminder, we're going to be playing 30 more minutes of Grapple Dogs, and then we're going to vote to see if we're going to play another 30 minutes or if we're going to switch over to the wheel and see what it decides we're going to be playing. Recap from last time, and fair warning, I don't remember much because it's been a week since I played this game. This is a lovely 2D side-scroller. It's got great movement physics, good combination of... how would you describe it? It's 2D platformer with physics-based movement. You've got grapple mechanics, you've got double jumps, you've got weapons. Like, there's a lot going on, and it's got a fun, quirky, lighthearted sense of humor, and I'm always down for it because I want to see what more of this game is going to look like. Like, how deep do the mechanics go? Yeah, Naive Melody, good question. The modern Zelda games or the good ones? Dude, that's rough. Like, I get, like, the modern Zelda games are not for everyone. I haven't even played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but I did love Breath of the Wild. I can see why people don't love it, especially if you've been a huge fan of the traditional Zelda formula. But don't rag on people for loving what they love. Alright, let's get into this. So this is where we left off, 1.4% into the game, not very far at all. So let's put 30 minutes on the clock and let's get into it. This game caught me by surprise with just like how lovely the visuals are. Like, it's simplistic, it's got such a nice like little pixel art style, but everything just gels really nicely.
Hey, it's the doggies. Horror see you through Screenbox. Me horror, me strong, tough and big fight good. Doggies want shiny rock horror guarding for master? No, if doggies try to take rock, horror hurt doggies.
Okay, Sure, you're a man of very few words. So yeah, we have like a whole like interactive overworld of sorts. What are these things that I can purchase? Ooh, that's always a nice touch. I love dynamic music in games. So I always love things like, okay, setting out here, you can hear everything with the full beat, but as soon as you stop here, it gets more muted and a lot of the instruments drop out. That's pretty good. All right, what is this thing that I'm paying oranges for? It's a bonus level. Okay, wasn't expecting that. And it looks like this can only be played with one of the characters. Now, let's see if I remember any of the controls, eh? Well, good news, I've got some of it down. No! Oh, okay, sure, we'll go this way. So I'm guessing what we need to do is break everything as quickly as possible. Yeah, there's a time limit on there. Oh. Ah, I should not have done that, because now I have to do awkward jump there. Okay, I have done this so inefficiently because I did not know the level layout, but that's fine. Bonk, that one. Grapple that. No, come on. I actually need you to swing. Grapple, dog. Use your grapple. Oh, come on. Seriously? Alright, we're going to do this again. I can definitely do that faster. Okay. Yeah, silver medal? No. We're better than that. Alright, going this way first. Now that I understand the level design, we can smack that. We're going to go up here. Perfect. We can cruise over the top, because that's way faster. And drop down into the middle here. Okay, boom, boom. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I can't break through that from that side. No! What have I done? I have made a stupid mistake. Go! Nailed it. It's only because you can't do a jump punch. There we go. Come on, the music in this is just... There is so much joy in it. I love it. So this needs 2 of whatever those are, of which I currently have 0, I assume. Yeah, I've got 1. I've got 1. Okay. So let's get into an actual level. Monkey business. There shouldn't be any monkey business here. I'm a dog. What are you on about? Oh, there's the monkeys. Okay, never mind. There is monkey business. Okay. FSHR, fish in a pill. Why do you want fish in a pill? I have many questions. Metanana. Now, what just popped? Oh, it was the little flower thing here. Oh, that's cute. So how do I get up there then? I can't talk to any of you guys. I can't jump up there. Okay. I must have new abilities to unlock then. Because, yeah, I can't get up that yet. Alright. Yeah, the aesthetics of this game are just incredible, and the movement feels great. Whoop. Alright, let's go. But I think what's really going to help this game live or die is going to be how deep the actual mechanics get. Yeah, there's obviously some way to get up there that I don't have access to yet. And I like it when games do that. They can show but don't tell. And you go, okay, well, I know I can't do it now, so I must be able to do it later. I'm going to go this way rather than go down. That'll work. Is this some statement about how, technology is going to rot our brains because they're not paying any attention to the world around them? their little meta headsets on. Oh, missed. Never mind. Oh, and let me guess, I can't get back up there now? No, I can. We're good. Alright, cool. I will get better at this game's mechanics eventually. I hope. Otherwise, this is going to be very embarrassing to watch. Alright, what is all this? I guess jump in? Level complete? Maybe? Release that section. That looks like death. Yeah, see, for what feels like exploring a city with all the cars and whatnot in the background, this feels like a really dangerous thing to just leave lying around. Are we the monkeys? Always have been. Oh, here we go. It's power-up time. R2 for whatever that is? Okay. We can turn into an electric ball. Press R2 to activate electric pulse. Use left stick to travel along electric pads. Oh, ooh. 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 Okay, okay. Okay. I see it. And you can actually build up a bit of momentum out of it as well. Could probably get there if we really wanted. Oh. Does it hurt enemies? Not really. Wasn't that actually killed it. Whoop. Up. And go. Oh yeah, that feels satisfying to use. I like it. Okay, use R2 to activate electric cannons. Use left stick to charge them up. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. You could argue that that is completely pointless. I would argue that it's very satisfying. Hey, there we go. Come here. And jump. Ooh, I saw that. Hell yeah. Secrets. Oh, there's something up there. How am I going to get all the way up there? This way. Nope. Oh, I think I broke it. That's not how a grapple's meant to work. Let's try that again after we go this way. Okay, there we go. Hello, you have something to say. Are you excited for the new Crimson Chimp? I might be, but I don't know who that is or what you're talking about. It's the latest film in the Crimson Chimp series. In this one, he travels across dimensions and meets hundreds of other chimps from different timelines. They even brought back all the old chimps. They paid them all a bunch of money, and even though none of them wanted to be there. That sounds stupid. Also, what's a film? Are you serious? There's no films in your world, dude? Oh, unfortunate. So, can I use this to get through here? No. But I can do that, apparently. Alright. Well, that got what I wanted. Let's get back up. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we go. Sonrix, how do you manage to break so many of the games that I play? Pretty easily, actually. It's just called press buttons that they're not expecting you to press. Okay, this is a time limit thing? This is like Mario's red coins that you have to collect quickly. Where am I going? Where's the next one? Nope. Down. Got it. Got it. Wrong button. Wrong button again. That one. I guess we use this to go down. Yep. And then there's one more. There. Nailed it. Okay, that's satisfying. Like, they could have just given it to you as a one-off, but I appreciate the fact that they went, hey, you know what? Collect all these little bits. Gets to explore the stage more, play with mechanics. That's what you want. Okay. Oh, you... It's fine. You only lose 1 bit of health for actually, quote-unquote, dying. Huh. Come on. You know what? That'll work. Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Okay. Seriously? How did that grapple miss? Hey, I saw that. There's something up there. Oh. Nailed it. Ooh. Okay, so that's what those crosses do. And that is an actual death. Cool. I wanted to see what happened, so now we know. Just puts you back to the last checkpoint and you lose a few oranges. I kind of like that it's pretty forgiving in terms of death mechanics. That's actually quite nice. Reminds me of... Oh, what was it I was playing recently? Curse Crackers, actually. Does a very similar thing. Death is frequent and will happen. Well, and it's not the end of the world when it does. Okay. Also, I think the music here is slightly dynamic as well. I've noticed that it picks up and down at different times. Oh, come on. How did that... It had the marker on the thing. It just didn't reach. There we go. Why did he... I'm putting this down to me being dumb and pressing something that I'm not supposed to be pressing, but I was literally pressing... I didn't change what I was pressing and he just fell off. I was going to say I wasn't pressing anything. You'd be like, well, that's the problem. You're meant to be pressing something. Well, I was. Cool. There we go. Hello! You don't need that, do you? It looked important. I hope it wasn't important. Mamu, you bought Curse Crackers after the review. Seemed too good to pass on. It's honestly now one of my favorite 2D platformer games. I had a great time with it. Guiders things: Mario Odyssey, Curse Crackers, Shovel Knights, Borderlands. Yeah, Death Tax is kind of standardized now, but I prefer it over the traditional Mario method of, oh, you died, go all the way back to the start. I don't know, just seems... It causes less of a break in the action, which is always a good thing. It means it's faster to get back to the things that you enjoy doing. Alright, what are you? You were just an obstacle. Okay, so you have to get enough of the little electricity crystal things, and that allows you to pass through barriers to the next area. Got it! Okay, so there is a bit of gated progression. I'm okay with that. Hey Luna, I see you've been collecting lots of fruit. Now just as a reminder, last time, we treated Luna like Shadow the Hedgehog. So, Luna's voice was,
Are they fruit? I thought they were berries. Maybe some kind of legume.
it doesn't matter. I have a new invention that can use up all that fruit you've collected. The fruit drone. You put fruit in the drone to power it up. When it has enough, it'll fly away and find special items. I can find health upgrades and new items for your wardrobe.
I put fruit in, and then I receive an item. So it's a shop.
What? No, it's nothing like a shop. It's my new invention, the fruit drone. Open up your boat menu to access it.
To access the shop that you're running.
Okay, fine. If that's how you want to think about it, it's a shop. Love a little bit of tongue-in-cheek humor like that. So, what can we get from Tony's shop? They even call it a shop in the menu. She's not trying to hide it. Okay, golden bone. Ooh, permanent health increase. Stretched out ability gem. Luna gains an additional health bone. Okay, and they're only 200 each. There is no point in not buying those. Ooh. Oh, okay, you can customize a few things as well, like different grapple hooks. Oh, that's cute. You can literally have it be a donut if you want. Ooh, or something fancy. There's a lot to find, actually. That's surprising. That is a lot of customization for something that's quite small, but I guess you will be using pretty frequently. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing here that I'd maybe change it to. Like, the fish hook's kind of cute. But I'm not going to worry about changing it just yet. And then you've got different outfits for them as well. They're a little bit more expensive, but you've got a few to choose from. Okay, I can get behind that. I like that. Like, it's a level of customization that doesn't really need to be here. But I appreciate that they've taken the time to include it, because there'll be someone out there that goes, yes, this is absolutely what I wanted. Love the character design, didn't like the color. Yes, some guy, I was thinking about that as well. It is just like 100% orange juice. You spend oranges on cosmetics. Sonorix, yes, there are two characters. Always have been. Pablo and Luna. It's Sonic and Shadow. And more realistic than you would think. Because just like Shadow the Hedgehog, Luna also has a gun. Told you. So still got the grapple, have a dash instead of a punch, and then we have a gun. And it is aimable with the right thumbstick. So the levels do play a little bit differently, but we haven't seen just how differently yet. Okay, yeah, that was very dumb of me just to fall off the side there, but that's fine. The addition of all the breakable objects definitely makes it feel a little bit better when you're playing as Luna. But I'm curious to see if the gameplay is actually better. So I think that was always one thing I found as to be a bit of a weakness. Now, full transparency, my favorite... oh no! Yep, I messed that up. My favorite Sonic game of all time is still Sonic Adventure 2 Heroes. It's just something about the vibe of that game was so good. But to me, Shadow was always just a worse version of Sonic. His movement didn't feel quite as good. And then in like later games they go, oh yeah, we're gonna make him different by giving him a gun. Didn't feel like a great choice that Sega made. They're like, oh, we want to capitalize on like appealing to all the moody teenagers. Get out of here. Thank you. How am I meant to... Oh no, hang on. Durr, I have a dash. And even the music for her levels is a little bit more heavy metal. It's adorable. Come on. There we go. I would love to see speedruns of this game though. Because just like Sonic and anything with this kind of like movement tech... I'm sure someone out there has completely busted it. Alright, let's try that again, because that was god-awful. Seriously? It's like in my brain, I want to push the grapple button just a little bit later than the game thinks I should be pressing it. Yeah, like that. But you know what? I made that work. We saved it. There we go. Woo! There we go. That was worth it. I think. I got a slice of pizza and I don't know what that means, but I have it. Alright, let's keep moving. No thank you. I would appreciate it if you were no longer alive. Very good. Back it up a little bit. Come on. I'm no threat. Look at me. I'm cute. I'm adorable. I have a gun. Perfect. Okay, the little noises they make when you shoot them is hilarious. Just the... Yeah, it's an issue of skill. Just press it earlier. It's as simple as that. I'm literally just pressing it at the wrong time. And we duck underneath. Thank you, platform, for actually appearing where I needed you to appear. Ooh, hello. The fact, though, that you can grapple and shoot at the same time is just perfection. They don't limit your ability. Hang on. If that's the checkpoint, then what's down here? Hi. What are you doing? Agent, how goes your mission?
Missions are proceeding as planned. You can report back that I'm doing a great job, as usual.
That's good to hear. Remember that the old crystal is the source of all our power. It is the utmost importance that is returned.
I'm perfectly aware of what the old crystal does. I have important universe saving to get on with. Go and bother the other guy.
Okay, well, it seems like you're on top of things. Carry on. Cool. Lovely, just a little piece of world building dialogue. I'm here for that. Let's keep going. Me and this gun of places to be. What is the purpose of this? There is none. Okay. Come on. Nope. You know what? That's fine. I'll take that. But I want to go this way first. Oh. Yeah, there's a platform there. Okay, yeah, it's easy. There we go. Oh, there better be something worth it over here. Okay. I see you there. Still hit me. Yeah, see? I just seem to think that the grapple is a little bit longer than it actually is. There we go. Oh, that was actually the end of the level. I thought that was going to be the other direction. Never mind. No, wait. Ah! It was a little teleport. Okay. It was not the end of the level. I stand corrected. Right. This is the way that we're supposed to be going. No! Absolute jerk of a platform. Right as I dashed. I feel like I got absolutely trolled by that one. Okay, cool. Got another little electro thing, which means I missed one pretty early on in the level, which I'm very disappointed in myself. There we go. Jump again. Okay. Goodbye. Hey. That was a little too close for comfort. What's on this side? Nothing. Alright, nice. There you go. You got to see a little bit of gameplay for both characters. Naive Melody. Grail, what would you do if you were trapped in the Black Eyes Peas experience for Xbox Connect? I would probably do my best and then immediately stop because it's all pointless. I don't think that would be a very good experience. Mediate, human characters got sidelined a lot in movie 3, so I wonder if they're going to less screen time from now on. I missed what movie you're talking about, so I've got no context for that. Sorry. Guys, things you thought it was going to be like a Meat Boy warp zone. I was kind of hoping for that. Those warp zones in Super Meat Boy were actually like the best. They were fantastic. Alright, so we got some extra from there. We need 6 to get through that one. Okay, so it definitely encourages more exploration. This should be another little mini-game area that we should be able to get at least one more from. Oh, you're talking about the Sonic movies, of course. I have to admit, I have not seen any of the Sonic movies yet. I've heard very good things about them, but yeah, I just haven't had the time to actually watch them yet. Okay, so we are inserting ourselves into Super Smash Bros. Here by doing a little break the target minigame. That's fine by me. What's the odds that I missed one right down the bottom? Probably pretty high. Oh. Yeah, there is one right down there. Interesting. Okay. We've been up there. Interesting that you can actually die in this space. Okay, so where do I go to get to the others then? Because, yeah, there's more up there. Really? Why did the grapple latch onto that? Come on! Grab the thing! My bullets can't reach that far. Come on. There. Oh, I need to get up to there somehow? That way. That was not particularly useful, Luna. Come on. Cooperate with me here. There we go. Okay. Not great. Definitely not great. We can do better than that. Yeah, Smash Brothers Break the Targets is such a throwback. I spent so much time doing those mini games on Smash Brothers Melee, which is still the best, by the way. Like, the modern iterations are good, but I don't think anything's ever quite gonna top Melee. There's a reason people still play it in tournaments today. Alright, get that. Good. There we go. Get rid of that little dude. And that one's done. Ah, interesting. She can actually use her gun as a bit of a hover mechanic. I did not know that. Come on. Alright, how we do? Ooh, 45 seconds. Hell yeah. Nailed it. Alright. See? I'm not the worst gamer ever. I can get things done when I try. Yeah, Ultimate has Sephiroth, Bayonetta, and Mario. I don't think Mario's the unique one there. I think that's the reason not to play it, is because it has Mario. Honestly, Mario games would be so much better without Mario. Just Luigi. Hey, Pablo, have you checked out the new wardrobe yet? You can customize your outfit and customize your grappling hook. Whoa, that's cool. I don't think I have much to wear right now, though. Well, you can unlock new items by purchasing them at my shop. I didn't think it was a shop, Tony. I've also heard there are special grappling hooks out there hidden in chests. Sweet. And make sure to keep an eye out for any chests. Alright. Nice little way to let you know that you can earn them in a different way. And it opens up a little bit here as well. So now we've got 4 levels plus 2 bonus levels, and you could do them in pretty much any order, which is pretty nice. We only have 50 seconds left though, so I'm guessing that's a Luna level and this is a Pablo level. Let's have a quick look at one of the mini games and we'll go from there. Yep, called it. Electric Collect. Okay. We need to get 100 pieces of fruit as quickly as possible. Got it. Come on. No. Oh, you have to collect the thing first. It wasn't a permanent ability upgrade. Ah. I thought that was permanent. It was not. Okay. Nothing else out that way? Oh, ow. I hope there's more than 100 pieces of fruit in this one. If I miss a single one somewhere and I have to go back and find it, that is going to be an absolute pain. I think there might only be 100 here. Okay. That works. Oh, it does give you a little marker to tell you where the nearest one is to you, so that's kind of nice. Not bad, not bad. Okay, yeah, nailed it. First try. Go me. However, we are now out of time. Mamu, Zero Suit Samus is your everything. I mean, honestly, I get why people like Zero Suit Samus. I found it really annoying to play. Just a little bit too unpredictable for my liking. Alright, it is time to vote. Let me get the poll up on screen, and this will be an interesting test. In theory, this should work across both YouTube and Twitch, so let's open the poll. And you should just need to use the command !vote yes or no. Yes if it is time to spin the wheel and move on to a new game. No if you want to see a little bit more of Grapple Dogs, just to see where it goes. I think Grapple Dogs was probably pretty lucky to pass the poll the first time, and I think there might have been a little bit of vote manipulation going on with it, if I'm being perfectly honest. People trying to pull votes to win bingo. Some guy flipping a coin for your vote. The thing that I've learned when it comes to coin flip things, if you're ever unsure, is as soon as you flip the coin, you will probably think in your mind whether you want it to be heads or tails. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know if I want it to be this way or that way, but as soon as you flip the coin, you'll know. So, while we're waiting, I think so far, overall thoughts on Grapple Dogs are that it is actually a fun little 2D platformer. The issue, of course, is always that 2D platformers are an oversaturated market, which always makes things a little bit challenging to stand out in the crowd. And as good as Grapple Dogs is, I'm not sure if it is doing quite enough to be able to actually stand out in that way. I think it's top tier, and I would say it's like definitely in like the top 75% of top 25% of platformers. Go think about a smaller percentage, not larger. Like, it's solid, it's definitely well above average, but yeah, it doesn't do enough to stand out amongst all of the other ones that are out there or not. I don't know. I agree, some guy, the game definitely slaps. The question is, does it slap hard enough? I think it gets pretty close. Definitely gets pretty close. Alright, voting time is up. Holy cow, that was 100% yes votes. So, very sorry, Grapple Dogs, but you have been eliminated. I'm afraid that you are not getting a full playthrough today, or tomorrow, or any other day, actually. So, let's then move over to the wheel. It is time to spin. So, as a reminder, this is the wheel as it currently stands. We have 165 games on here, so thank you to everyone that has been suggesting games. Anyone watching this back later or chilling out and hasn't seen one of these streams before, these games are all suggested by the community. The only requirements to suggest a game that you need to be a member of the channel, which starts for as little as $1 per month, and then you head over to the Discord. You can suggest any game that has 200 or less reviews on Steam. Once you've suggested your game, it goes onto this lovely list here, and yeah, we're going to spin it and see what we play next. Pancake Sparkle, yeah, Lingo 2 is on the list. So, let's see what we're playing next. Could be good, could be terrible, could be absolutely mid of the road. And we have Romino's Adventure. Now, that sounds like a 2D platformer if I've ever heard of one. Let's have a look and see what this is all about. Romino's Adventure, it's free. It's some kind of 2D platformer. Alright, now before we get too into things first, the link has been dropped in a couple of times. Make sure you have your bingo card ready to go. Negative Ambivalent, this is your game? Oh my god. Hang on, let me double check this. I need to verify. Romino's Adventure, yes, suggested by JustMorfonica in December last year, so relatively recent. Nice. Alright, so we'll work through the bingo card together. Just a reminder, the way to win is that you need 5 in a row, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. If you get bingo, you've got to notify us in the chat that you've got it, and then drop a screenshot into the Discord in the channel content section. That way we can verify that your bingo is legit. The only prize for winning bingo is that you go onto the leaderboard that you can see on the top right of the screen. It's just a little bit of fun, but it's amazing that we've had someone win it 3 times already. So congratulations, Snoot, by the way. That's quite impressive. So let's have a look, shall we? Romino's Adventure definitely has less than 200 reviews, so there's our free space. We can mark that one off. It is developed and published by Interdan. Same on both. Let's have a look. Do we have same developer and publisher? I don't, but you might. We do also, thank you Pancake Sparkle, have the game suggester in the chat. I don't have that one on mine either. Oh man, that's unfortunate. All right, well, let's have a look at the trailer and see what we are in for, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, huh? Okay, 2D platformer, but you can move Tetris pieces. Interesting. I wonder if something happens if you do actually get a full Tetris. Okay, so you're manipulating your environment to actually puzzle your way through areas. That's an interesting mechanic. That's kind of cool. Feels like it was done on a very tight budget. And that's okay. Sometimes games that were done on tight budgets are the best games because they'll pleasantly surprise you. Now, the trailer was 40 seconds long, so that is 100% less than a minute. I don't have that one either. Oh gosh. It was not released, actually sorry, it was released after 2020, so we can mark that one off at least. Some guy, yeah, trailer is less than a minute, 40 seconds only. Oh, Romino because Tetromino. I did not make that connection. Thank you, Zonorix. That makes absolute sense. Negative 11, don't forget to tick your weird genre blend boxes for this one. Why are we ticking that one? It's just a puzzle platformer. We've seen plenty of those. What genre is in here that I'm not expecting? While we're doing that, let's see. Do we have unique? We do have unique in the description. Make your way moving around Tetrominos in this puzzle platform adventure. Travel through 8 unique worlds and a total of 43 levels to claim your rightfully deserved bite of a cake. It's a Tetris platformer. I will give it to you if I can actually get a Tetris. Because if it's just using Tetrominos to move them around, that's just weirdly shaped platforms. Tetris is its own genre? No, I don't think it is. Yeah, it's falling block genre. I don't think I can give this weird genre blend unless it has actual Tetris mechanics in it. But there was something that I was just checking. Yes, we do have unique in the description. Do I have unique in the description on my board? I do not. This is a pretty rubbish board that I've got. Hopefully none of you are relying on me to get bingo to get your own. Now, has the game been wishlisted or purchased by anyone? No, none of my Steam friends have wishlisted or purchased it, which is surprising. So, Naked Malevolent, you've nominated it. Actually, would it show up? I'm assuming it would show up here if you've played it before. It would say, yeah, JustMorfonica has played this before. Has it had any updates? This is the interesting bit. Yes, it's had a couple of hot fixes, technical updates, small updates. So, yep, definitely has had updates. There we go. Game has been updated. Fantastic. Okay, I think that's all we've got on there. Gino746, hello. Does the developer count as just their name? I don't think so. Also, I think Gino's been here in the chat before. Yeah, you can see they're on the leaderboard. They're in 3rd place, Gino746. Gino's been here before. It is the only game that they've made, though. They've not made anything else. So we can mark that one off. They've only made one game. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. That's all we're going to get from there. So let's actually go ahead and add that to our library and get it downloading, shall we? Where'd it go? Romino's Adventure. It is 100 megabytes. We'll get that downloading. While we're doing that, I'm going to put you guys over to have a crack at Wordle, because that is also a space that you can try and go for. while I go and grab myself just a quick bite of something to eat. So I'll pop some music on, enjoy a quick Wordle, and we'll get back to this in just a minute. Oh damn, I came back at just the right time. You got it. I didn't see what the correct one was, but I think it was burnt. Yeah, well done. That's impressive. I honestly didn't think you were going to get that one with how many bad tries came through. But you clutched it out right at the end. Alright, let's jump back over to here for a sec. Our game is ready to go. Let's see what other bingo bits we can get. Also, I saw we do have someone new in the chat. What is this music? Oh dear. Who did I miss there? Someone said hello, they were new. Chuchi, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by to check out the stream. Sorry that I'm having some technical difficulties today, but I appreciate you being here, because it means if we have a new person in chat, we can go ahead and mark that one off. So thank you, you're making this easier for us, I appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to try and switch this to just the game for you. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect, that way you don't have to see. Obviously it did not load with the correct resolution. It does seem to be original music, but whether or not it's a banger soundtrack, don't know yet. Okay, in settings, what have we got? Not a lot. We do have separate sound sliders, so we can go ahead and mark that one off. Do I have that on mine? God damn, I never have the separate sound sliders anymore. I used to have it all the time. Okay, no go on that one. Let's see, we have full screen but no borderless options. I'm gonna pop it in full screen. Cool. That works. Preferences, there's timers, achievement notifications, some accessibility options. That's always nice to see. Well done for including those. Controls, D-pad is okay. Yeah, so we do have controller compatibility, which is a nice start. Mark that one off. It looks like they are rebindable. Let me just test this. Yep. Perfect. Controls are rebindable. It has had updates, Pancake Sparkles. Yes, you can mark that one off. Do I have rebindable controls? I do not. What a tragedy. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, it does not have the correct glyphs because they've simplified it and they've used just D-pad and then button location instead of button prompts. The question is, how do I leave this? There, okay. Alright, and that is all that we've got. Yeah, there were separate sound sliders. You can mark that one off. So I'm just checking, is there anything else on here? Oh, I need to double check the file size, actually. Because sometimes, as we saw before, after it's been installed, the actual file size is slightly different. Let's have a look. Nope, still 100 megabytes. It is not over a gig. Yeah, it was simplified glyphs, no luck on that one. Alright, anything else that you can think of that we need to check before we get into the actual game? I haven't seen any default font. Haven't seen a title drop yet. We'll have to see how it goes with the tutorial. I think that's going to be the interesting one. Haven't seen anything else there. I think no, we can mark off original music. We've got that one. All right, I think otherwise. Ooh, yeah, credits options somewhere. No, at least not accessible from here, which is always a bit unfortunate. Is it borderless full screen? No, it's just normal full screen or windowed mode. No borderless full screen, I'm afraid. We got unlucky on that one. Soundtrack isn't a banger that we know of yet. Sonoric's unlucky, yeah. Sometimes you can be messed up just by one tile being inaccessible, but that's how it goes. Alright, let's put 30 minutes on the clock and see what we're in for. Okay. That's cool. The day's just 3 seconds old and I'm already hating it. I should go out and get some fresh air. Or what if we just go back to bed? Because clearly we should not have woken up this morning. That was a mistake. Mail? In this day and age? In this neighborhood? Localized entirely within my house. Seems suspicious if you ask me. Dear Romino, I have decided to bake a cake for no particular reason. This sounds familiar. If you want some, I dare you to come to the palace. Yours truly, Prince Brince. Food. The only thing stronger than my apathy. Let's go. Let's go. It's me, Romino. Oh god, we have like an actual world map and everything. Adorable. Okay. Welcome to the plains. Let's go. Hello. That button to jump. Cool. Thank you, game. I mean, to be fair, it's come at the right time. I didn't have to use it yet. I figured out that control works, but let's see if the game tells me how that's meant to go. Yep, that button will grab the piece, hold, show shadow, release, drop piece. So I can do that. That'll show me where it's going to be placed. I can just boop. What kind of world is this that we live in where there's just magical floating pieces all over the place? What buttons are those? I'm guessing that's the shoulder buttons. Turn piece right, turn piece left. Yep, there we go. So you do have to rotate them sometimes to actually get through areas. Neat. I can see what it's going for. Yep, so I can't quite get up there. So I'm going to have to take one of these pieces across with me. And then we can... oh, I can't rotate these? Apparently not. Fine. We'll just do that then. So far, I would say that this is a good tutorial. It is teaching me everything that I need to know. What do you have to say? That button to restart the room. Yeah, we are going to do that because I now have no way out of here. I mean, that was a Tetris reference. Alright, let's plonk those down there. It does make me sad that there is no falling animation for them. I feel like that would have been a nice touch. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, actually. Can I was pressing the wrong button. That's why I couldn't rotate them before. Because I am a dum-dum. Alright. Perfect. Lovely staircase. This happened to your buddy Kyle once. I got trapped outside and had to rearrange Tetris pieces in order to be able to get back in. There is a falling animation. Okay, so I can't put that there because I was standing in the way. There we go. Left, right, up, down to look around. Right thumbstick. Gotcha. The control explanation could be better, but it gets the job done. I can also see this music getting very repetitive very quickly, unfortunately. Now, the problem is, if I want to get that just up there... Yeah, okay, it's too high. It's fine. It's fine. We'll go grab this one instead. You can sit up there. Yes, because I can jump that high. Perfect. And then we'll just... Yeah. See, we can do some... No, we can't do some clever platforming. Shoot. Not gonna work. Right. What do we want to do here? Let's grab you. I know I'm building the staircase out in the wrong direction, but it's fine. Trust me. I like to think that I know what I'm doing. I definitely don't. I'm going to pretend that I do. Yeah, it's almost big enough. Because what I can do is that, and then I can grab this piece. What am I... Oh! I was like, what am I standing on? No, it's because I'm carrying this thing. I can hang off it like monkey bars. That's clever. But yeah, I can plop that there and then I can just hop. We did it! We got the cake. Why is the cake out here? I don't know. I found the secret tech already. Okay, I would say good tutorial. Definitely. You can mark off good tutorial. Alright, level 2. No, that's the same level. Hang on. Exit level. Why can't... Oh. That's weird. Hang on a sec. Is something going wrong here? D-pad is the left stick. Yeah, that should be fine. Huh. Okay, that's a bit of a weird one. But just to kind of explain what's going on here. On the world map, sometimes it works with the left thumbstick and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I'm struggling with my words there. For example, I can use the left thumbstick to move left and right here, but I can't... Okay, now it is actually move up. It wasn't letting me move up before. It was only working as with the D-pad, which is kind of weird. Can the glyphs count as correct, please? No, they cannot. They aren't correct. I can't allow it. Can't be done. But we'll keep playing. Okay, so you've gone and plonked that up there. That's fine. We'll just bring that down. Ah, but now I need to bring it up to there. Interesting. So this is probably where I need to use this hook mechanic. Yep. Beautiful. That's pretty clever. Alright, and then we need to do some clever platforming up along that way. It's given us that piece, but I don't think we actually need it. Because this piece is going to carry us all the way through. Up. Nailed it. You can just stay there now. Okay. So it never taught us how to do it, but you wouldn't be able to progress if you didn't figure it out. For some reason, it gives me, like, rock climbing vibes, and I am here for that. Oh, T-spin to get through. We're getting technical in here. Okay, we need to... Up. There we go. Nailed it. you can rotate it when you're actually hanging in place as well. Well, some rotations it won't allow. That's fine. Alright. Okay, this is... I'm picking up what this game's putting down. This is clever. And I am always here for clever. Ah. That's not going to let me get up high enough. So... is there a way I can make it so I can get that over? That's going to be too high. Maybe I needed to do these in the other order. I think with that, I can only jump up to there. That I can get over in one go. Okay, yeah, no, so I had that in the right order then. You, sit down. You, up and over. Grab you, hook, and jump. Nailed it. That's all you need. Yeah, the music is getting a little annoying. It's just on too short of a loop. And I'm hoping that when we get into a second world, there's a different music track.
Hey, Romino, going to the palace? I've heard the prince has made a cake.
Yeah, you know I would make anything. Hell, I just missed that. Never mind, can't go back. Even going out of my house if needed.
Nice. Hope you have a great time.
Thanks. Well, can you let me in then?
True. You want to use the tunnel? I'm really sorry, but it's under maintenance right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that said for or poor. I feel like it was a typo, which is why I stumbled over my words. If someone can go back and double check what that actually said, I'd appreciate it. Like what the actual line was.
You have to take the forest route.
What? That's a hell of a detour. Come on,
Didn't you just say that you would do anything for food?
I think it was meant to be food, and I think it read as for.
That cake better be worth it.
Alright, can I talk to you again?
Is it finished? No.
Yeah, it's fine in and of itself, but it's way too short and loops a lot. I agree. It's like the track is nice, but it just needed to be extended more. Alright, fast to go through the forest. Fine. Alright, let's go check it out. Okay, thank you, some guy. It did say, yeah, you know I would make anything for 4. So, yeah, go ahead and mark off typo on your bingo card. Okay, we have new music. They've introduced horns for reasons. Okay, this is just being a pain. It's actually saying I can't pick it up. Aha. It's like it's somehow making the music more epic. So this is less about using puzzle pieces to platform and more about them just being in the way and having to stack things neatly. Which I am very much not doing. How to do. Nope, I can't pick that up. So you can't pick up something that's underneath you. It has to be next to you to get it. We're slowly learning the rules of the game. You're the troublesome piece. You need to get out of there. Okay. Now we can start building up this side. Which we shouldn't actually need to do too much on because we can just yoink. Perfect. Huh. I do hope there is an achievement for getting an actual Tetris at some point. We'll pop that up there. You can go there. Oh, hi Panda, you good? Still on a stretch? Beautiful. Ah, can't get up high enough to hook that into place. That makes me sad. We're going to... Yup! I could put it all the way up there. I was hoping to be able to slide it, yeah, into place there. Actually, you know what? I can leave you there. Can't get up high enough to put that up. But that's fine. I don't need to. Alright. Onwards! Spin pass. Well, I wonder what that's going to teach us here. Yep. Just a reminder to turn pieces. Okay, so the challenge here is actually getting this back down. Because you need it to get up to here. Oh, there we go. How convenient that this piece has just been left on side. Like, how does a normal person get through here? Can everyone in this world do T-spin flips? Is this how just people navigate? So many questions. Okay, there we go. You have to jump and flip. Ooh. Huh. How am I going to... Aha. That'll work. Whoop. Mountain climbers hate this one simple trick. Wonderful. I like what it's doing, but the question is going to be, like, how complex can it get? It looks like the answer is relatively. I can just put it down, and that solves the problem. I think same here. I can just plonk it there, pick it up from that side, and same thing. We put it down, pick it up. The level design is pretty tight. I will give it that. That is always a good thing. No, wrong way. There we go. And then we go that way. And we're over. I'm always appreciative of level design that is tight, where it's like, well, there's only really one way to do this. You just have to figure out what it is. And it seems like this game is going to be relatively short as well. So, yeah, just can't quite get up over there. So that's good level design there. We have to go that way. T-spin. What am I standing on there? Why can't I flip that in any direction? I have to turn it around. Wait, do I need to put it down? Yes. Plonk it there. That's not going to work. Nope. But if I do that, then I can get over it. Aha! Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. Flip through, flip again. Perfect! See, by the time I get to the castle, I've eaten an entire cake myself. That's the only thing that's like pushing me onwards, is I'm already eating so much cake. Let's see, we're back to the same music as before now as well. Why? How did I... Okay. Cool. So it's showing off you can use these for platforming in many different ways. I'm guessing here I actually need to drop it? No. Interesting. What if I put it there? Not quite. Now I feel like I'm missing something simple. Because this is one block too low. Why is this a little bit down here? Aesthetics, I guess. Ooh, hang on. Aha! There we go. This is one of those things where it's like, this is my hole. Ah, hang on, I'm gonna need both of these to get up over, aren't I? Yeah. So we need to do that. Bring you down. Put you over that side. Use you to jump back up and over. And we'll probably plonk you in there. Use you as a hook. And there we go. You need to stay there. Yeah, we took the right piece with us. Because I could have done it the other way around. Okay. Yeah, the horns were very short-lived. They absolutely were. They were just there for the one song and then they were gone. There we go. Did I miss something important? I don't think I missed anything important. It was just a mechanic that I was figuring out. Huh. That's neat. Now, okay, so this I have to figure out the correct order to use the pieces in order to get enough pieces to get across to where I need to go. Okay, we can take you, pop you there, and then I'll need one more to get up to there, but I need to use a piece to get a piece. So let's go this way. Put you down, take you. What's the bet that I need to get all the pieces, or at least like more pieces than I was expecting? I can just jump up that, which means I can just whoop. Okay, no! Okay, that's fine. We'll just do that. Red piece, come with me. Yeah, I need to be able to get up higher than that. So you just stay there for a second. You come across this way. I don't think I can get that piece across. Should I bring one with me? I feel like I should. Question is which? Yeah, that's not helpful. What am I doing? I have screwed this up by putting that one in the wrong spot. No. You go there. I'll take you. And we're going to do that. Yeah. Yep. There we go. And huh! Perfect. Now we have this piece over here. And I'm assuming that's going to help us in some way, shape, or form. Can't quite jump up like that. I was hoping to be able to put this down somewhere. That'll do. Where am I even trying to go? I was assuming that I need to go upwards. Maybe? Yep. I can't even get this out of here. Huh. So I could put it down there and then I can pick it up from the other side, but why would I want to? Am I even trying to go upwards? That's a great question. Looks like yes. Well, I guess we're going to need some of these pieces then. Just hoping I didn't just soft lock myself by jumping down here. Okay, now let's just get the L piece. Alright, cool. Gives you enough to be able to climb back out again. That's good. Let's put you down there for reasons. Because I can use that to get up there. Okay. And let me bring this up. Which is a very helpful climbing piece. There we go. Okay, that's where I need to be going. Got it. Let's pop you there. I don't think I need that T-spin piece. Yeah, I can just go. There we are. Gino, Tetris Effect is your favorite Tetris game, especially in VR. I've heard really good things about Tetris Effect. Why do you say it's your favorite one, though? Like, what makes it stand out from the other Tetris games? I used to be a big Tetris fan when I was younger. Okay, I actually don't want you. I think I leave you there, because I can't get you through that. Pop you in there. Not quite. I think I do this the other way. Nope. Okay, so I can get that in there. Why would I want to? I can just straight up that way anyway. Mamu is hip. You love point-and-click games too, so you guess kind of like puzzle games in a way. You'd be surprised how much crossover there is. Kartoffel welcome by the way. You love the master mode in Tetris effect, it goes so fast. There is something satisfying in being able to actually complete things at that speed. Okay. You're clearly in the wrong spot. Actually, I think that's wrong as well. Can I actually save that? I can, good. Let's move you over to there. You're going to go there. That way we can use you as a hook to get up that way. Can't get up all the way. Ah, but I can do that. There we go. We're figuring it out, step by step. Alright, we completed World 1. We do have new music. We have 6 minutes left. Let's see how much further we can get. We have enemies now. And we have new music. Now, can I kill you? Yes. Tetris blocks are indeed weapons of warfare. Who knew? Okay, the music's cute, but I wouldn't say it's a banger yet. Shouldn't have done that. Bonk. Well, that was surprisingly easy. Okay. Oh yeah, Tetris blocks are hella deadly. I put that on the wrong side. Okay, the death animation is great. I love it. Bonk. There we go. I see what it's trying to do. Weirdly enough, though, I'm not sure it's leaning heavily enough into the Tetris mechanics, but it's doing a good job. There is something inherently satisfying about being able to use Tetris pieces in these weird and wonderful ways that defy physics. So, in an interesting sense, I appreciate what it's trying to do. Not sure that it's nailing it, but it's close. Really? It's not letting me put it down there. Okay, fine. But hey, I am on board with playing flawed games. I think they've got a solid premise to what they're trying to do, and that's going to carry it through. Thank you. I will take that cake. Yeah, we have Phantasmagoria. I haven't played it, but watching other people play it is good fun. Hi! Hi, Romino. Going to the castle? How do you know, pal? The crabs told me. Yeah, sure. I would have liked to use the tunnel, but it's getting repaired. What a bummer. Well, it's an opportunity to enjoy nature and touch some grass. I guess? Cool, you're a friendly dude, I guess. Alright, switchy pathway. What do we got going on up here? New mechanics! Okay, I'm on board with this. Alright, showing you that sometimes they need to be on, sometimes they need to be off. And sometimes you still have to use them as a platform. Okay, yep, and I can't jump that high, so what I'm going to do is swap these around. You're going to go... Come on. No. I need you up there-ish, but not quite there. Can you... Alright, you know what? You are not cooperating. You there. And then we go this way. You go there. And then we can make it. Oh, wowzers! Like Portal 2. Yeah, man, like, these puzzle mechanics with switches and things, I've literally never seen it before in any video game ever. This is brand new territory as far as I know. Never seen it before in my life. Okay. Let's grab you and you. Okay, we're going up that way. Got it. We can do a little something like that, and we need to take at least one piece up with us to leave up there, but that's fine because we want to use one piece for climbing purposes anyway. I said we want to use one for climbing purposes. Perfect. There we go. This girl's efficient. That switch does that one. This switch does that one. So that's ultimately the one we want. We have to get a lot of Tetris pieces through there. So let's start... I was going to say start with the one on the right, but actually I think we start with the one on the left. So I can use that to get up that way. And then to there. No, I was right. We start with the one on the left. Go up and over. Okay. Squeeze him out of there. Just enough room for the cube. And the cube we can put down there. Can we still get out with just this piece, though? That's the question. Come on. I can't jump that. Well, let's go this way, then. Really? Missed? There we go. Okay. Oh, I screwed up that jump badly. That's fine. We can do that. That gives us the pieces that we need. Question is which one to leave behind. We're going to leave behind this one. The little S/Z pieces are always the worst. No one likes them. That is too high for us to jump. That is an inefficient way to stack. That's better. Can we actually grab this one? No! He's stuck. Can take this one, though. And that'll do it. There we go. Ah, we're 4 seconds over. That's fine. We're going to finish this level, and then we'll do a vote. Just in case there's something interesting in this one that makes you go, oh, yeah, no, I love that. Let's see more, please. You never know. It might surprise us at the last minute. Alright, square. You're going to need to stay there. Good square. What does this one do then? Oh. Huh. Well, now I'm confused. Maybe... Because I need that to be able to get through there. They also need that... Oh, no, duh. I don't need to take that with me. I was thinking I needed to take one of those blocks with me, but I didn't. Okay, and then that's going to open that, and then I have to repeat it. Oh? No. I need to bring one of those other ones back with me. Okay. So you can squeeze through there, and then we can... Yup! Done. Okay. A little bit clever. It gets you into the habit of thinking about taking blocks with you everywhere and then flips that on its head by going, no, actually, you don't need to for this one. Alright, that is 30 minutes though. So we are heading over to the vote. Oh, forgot to complete the last one. There we go. So, new poll has started. So again, vote yes if it is time to spin the wheel and move on from Romino's adventure. Or vote no if you want to see more of this game. I am hoping that the poll is actually working. Yep, there we go. Cool, it's come through. Just wasn't coming through on the other screen. Excellent. Get there eventually. I think it's a cute little game, and I like that it's stuck to like a simplistic art style that is reminiscent of the original Tetris. I think it's a little bit let down by the repetitive music. It has kept it again to that same era with the theme, so I appreciate that it's really paying homage to the OG Tetris. That's a really nice touch. Yeah, I'm trying to think like pros cons for it. It's a solid little puzzle platformer, and it's hard to argue with the price of free. At the end of the day, like, what's not to love about something that's this level of polish and has no price tag attached to it? It's a fun little time killer that I could see myself putting like an hour or two into, but then probably never touching again. I don't know if it'd be something that's doing enough with the mechanics to make it worthy of a recommendation. Like, it's clever, and it's a different way to utilize Tetris pieces. I just kind of wanted a little bit more, and maybe that more does come later in the game, but that's always the problem with hiding your best mechanics and gameplay ideas too far into the game. A lot of people won't see them. So it's definitely still a thumbs up from me. It's a positive experience, just not amazing me. It's not wowing me, if that makes sense. Alright, and you guys have voted as well. It seems like it is not wowing you either. So the vote did come in favour of spinning the wheel, 71%, or the... How many decimal places is that, Streamlabs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 decimal places. Thank you, that's 100% necessary. I love that you do that. Alright. Well, that was a first look at Romino's adventure. There is no way to actually exit the game from within the game, so that's fun. It means it gets the good old Alt F4 treatment. Goodbye. You did your best. Now, was there anything else that we need to mark off on the bingo cards before we get into it? I would actually put this as a good concept, poor execution, because I think they are onto something interesting with the way that you're using the block flipping mechanics to get through platforming. But I think they're perhaps focusing too much on the puzzle aspect rather than the platforming aspect. I think there is more that they could have done if they'd gone down the other route. Like, honestly, using the Tetris pieces to essentially like rock climb was really interesting to me. The least interesting part was they introduced buttons that you just hold down with pieces. Like, that's been done to death. It very much felt like they went, oh, I've got a really interesting idea with using, you know, tight alleyways that you need to rotate Tetris blocks in a specific way to navigate from a platforming aspect, which is reminiscent of the way that you rotate Tetris pieces in order to, you know, make actual Tetris lines. And then just moved away from it rather than expanding upon that, because that's a far more interesting idea than just using Tetris blocks for general puzzle mechanics. So I would say good concept, poor execution. Definitely could have been better. I didn't miss anything important. Wasn't purchased by Steam friends. Developer wasn't just their name. It was a little bit more. No fourth wall. Is it a fourth wall break? No, it's just a reference, because they did, like, obviously make callbacks to traditional Mario games, so not a fourth wall break. Soundtrack, not a banger. Didn't find the void, no full screen borderless, no title drop. Although, no, they used Romino's name, but they didn't say it was Romino's adventure, so it's not a title drop. The game was not more than $10. I don't think it's a spiritual successor. I can't give it weird genre blend. Some guy, you think it is good enough for weird genre blends? I don't think so. And even in terms of gameplay mechanics, it didn't feel like a weird genre blend. It just felt like a puzzle platformer, which weirdly I've played a lot of now since starting the channel in these streams. It does have a good tutorial. Unfortunately, the game did not win the vote, so I don't get bingo. I was off by 1, but that's fine. These things happen. So last chance to ask if there's any tiles that you have on your cards that maybe I haven't read out or verified yet. Otherwise, we are going to move on and we'll call it that we had no bingos for that game. Give you a second. Some guy, don't blame me on that one. You voted no. I appreciate that, some guy. Thank you. All right, cool. If there is nothing else in your cards, it is time to go and grab a new one. So not just a refresh, generate a whole new card. And we're going to spin the wheel and see what we move on to. Neggy11, thank you very much for suggesting Romino's Adventure. That was a good fun. We're going to remove that one from the list and spin and see what we're playing next. The third game to be featured in today's stream is Winter Games 2023. Oh, you know this is going to be absolute peak. Winter Games 2023. Not even 2024 edition. Oh, no, no, no. That one was too good. We need the 2023 edition. Ooh, yes, this looks actually maybe not terrible. Maybe. Okay. Requires a controller. Playing with keyboard is not supported. Okay, that's new. Okay, let's get started on the bingo. First things first, it definitely has less than 200 reviews, so we can go ahead and mark that one off. Now, it was released after 2020, which, oh, I've got that one as well. It's right next to it. Okay, that's good. It is a different developer and publisher, though. Mamu, it's going to be a banger. You can feel it. I know. I'm looking at this being like, this is either going to be just a great like compilation of winter sports games, or it is going to be the jankiest thing we've ever seen. And either way, it's going to be glorious. Let's have a look. Do we have a trailer? We do have a trailer. It is 1 minute and 12 seconds long. So not less than a minute, unless there's a lot of fluff at the end of it. Wild River Games. Okay. Doesn't look terrible. The graphics are a bit dated, but that's okay. Looks like something I would have had on like the Nintendo Wii. Okay. Get some downhill skiing, that could be good fun. You get these, what are they called, like the luge rides or whatever? That looks like thrilling gameplay. See, like that actually looks decent. I didn't realize that shooting was a winter game though. Is this original music? I have no idea if this is original music or not. This could very well be stock music from somewhere. The skiing is giving me some good vibes though, because growing up, I never had a PlayStation 2. Yeah, PlayStation 2. But one of my family friends did, and anytime that we stayed over at their place, I was playing SSX Tricky, which was a fantastic skiing game. Very arcadey, but great fun. And if this can give me vibes even close to that, I'm keen for it. However, that music was generic enough that I feel like it might have been licensed rather than an OST. All right, so that's made me curious and hopeful about the quality. We do not have unique anywhere in the description, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, just wishlist stuff. None of my friends have wishlisted or purchased it, which is very unfortunate. Have these guys made anything else? Yes, but weirdly, no other winter games. I was expecting that we might see on here like Winter Games 2020, Winter Games 2021, Winter Games 2022. No, they've only done Winter Games once, and that was in 2023. Other than that, they've got Eldrador Creatures, not to be confused with El Dorado, which looks like some kind of strategy or auto battler. Kind of looks very, very middle of the line meh. Murhanschlagzug, which is Crazy Chicken Strikes Back, apparently. I don't know why the title is not in English, but then it is in English here. Like everything else is English, which is amazing. Which looks like Angry Birds. Okay. Not a Nick, hello, welcome to the live stream. You've been watching the content since Member the Alamo. Oh my gosh, you've been around for a while, Not a Nick. Well, thank you for stopping by to check out one of the streams. You might be about to see something glorious. Only one way to find out though. But if it's your first time here, just a heads up, we are playing bingo. There'll be a link that appears in the chat. If you scroll back a little bit, you should be able to find it. It was just dropped in a little bit ago. And it comes through every 5 to 10 minutes, so make sure you grab it because we play bingo as we go, just for the fun of it. Western Stations, hello. Yeah, it's only one showing mixed reviews, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, I don't think the other ones maybe deserve positive reviews. Fox and Forest looks interesting. This is giving me Metal Slug vibes for some reason. Probably just the 16-bit art style, and that it is a side-scrolling shooter, so, you know, that's probably why. So yeah, they've had a very, very mixed bag of games that they've created. They're not sticking to one style or genre. Interesting. Alright, well... where's it gone? Hello? Yes, there we are. Winter Games 2023. This is going to be what we dive into. Now, did I have new person on my card? No! Oh, so disappointing. Okay, fine. We do have achievements. It doesn't look like we have trading cards, though, which is unfortunate. Unique was nowhere in the description. The game is more than $10, though, which I also don't have on mine, but you might have it on yours. Ugh, unfortunate. All right, well, let's get this game purchased and downloading. I'm going to pop you guys over to the holding screen where you can have a crack at the Wordle and hopefully get yourself another bingo tile from there. And here's some background music while I get this done. All right. You never know, this game might actually slap. This might be like the underdog of the century. We turn around and go, oh my god, this game is actually incredible. Okay. Yes, please install. Let's put some more malware on my hard drive. How bad could it be? This says... Ooh, 1.6 gigabyte file size. It is over 1 gig. You go ahead and mark that one off. Ah, I don't have it this time. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Ooh, and I need to double check. I don't think there was any DLC for this game. Let's have a quick check. No DLC. Alright, fine. Alright, how you getting on with the Wordle? Ocean Fruit Croak recap. So you've got the C, E, and A in the right spot. That's an interesting one. Maybe cedar? Like the tree? C-E-D-A-R? Yay! That was it. Nailed it. Some guy got to it just before I did. Absolutely nailed it. Well, do a second one because the game is still downloading. We are 57% complete. Which means you should have enough time for one more if you're quick. But you can also mark off Chatwin's Wordle. Oh, I do actually have that on my card. That's been a while since I've seen that one. Okay. There's a lot of things on here that I could get, though. Oh, the stream is struggling. No. It looks like it should actually be okay. Stream is hiccuping. Ugh. Apparently, my Wi-Fi card doesn't have quite enough bandwidth. That's interesting. Should pick up again soon. Because the download is 90% complete. Mamamoo, you would like it if there was a Wordle in your mother tongue. What is your mother tongue, Mamamoo? I'm very interested. There we go. Download's completed, so the stream should catch back up again. Gino, correct. There is no DLC for the game. I love that Snood just put themselves onto it. You could have put anything there, but like, nope, I'm going to put myself on there. Some guy, that's a clever one to get a whole bunch of vowels in at once. Mamamoo, you don't trust yourself with the English one, too easy to forget words. Yeah, I'd love to know what your mother tongue is. Oh, it's French. Ah, French is a lovely language. I have tried to learn it. I know nothing. One of those feel like I picked it up and I was like starting to learn some basic words for like a month or so, and then it fell by the wayside. Like, full kudos to anyone that can speak more than one language, because that is incredibly challenging. Gino, you would have gotten bingo if it had original music or DLC. Well, we don't know about the music yet, so it still might. It still might. Alright, do you guys want to finish this Wordle, or shall we move on, considering that the game is ready to play? Up to you. I always feel bad interrupting a Wordle partway through. It accepts... Yeah, apparently it does accept nonsense text. Which would make completing the Wordle much easier if you just needed to test some letters to find out what's going on. I'm surprised it took you guys so long to figure that one out. It always has. Ooh, good question, Notnik. Is the game suggester in the chat? Let me find out. The game suggester is Ustatsch. Oh, we've had a few of theirs come up. They've suggested some interesting ones. I don't believe they're in the chat at the moment, though. I mean, if you are here, Ustatsch, we need you to speak up and say hello. Mediate, keep trying to think of English words but mixes sometimes. I can understand that. I find it fascinating that people that speak more than one language will typically think in one language, even if they're speaking in a different language. But I've heard that you can sometimes get to the point where you do actually think in a different language. And that I find really fascinating. Ooh, going for quilt. Holy cow, you saved that right at the end. That was incredible. Alright, on that note, let's jump over and get into the game. Okay, let's see first off if this launches properly. The garbage round one, but only just. Okay, it is attempting to launch. It's working, but the stream is not picking it up. Give me a sec. There we go. Oh, it is made with Unity. Hang on, I need to go back because I think I missed the dev logo because I looked away. Oh, when that's being done, don't shut down the system. Okay, that's fine. All right, hang on. I need to go back. We're Alt F4ing. Because I think the dev logo was there and I was just looking away for it. Yes, there it is. We have a dev logo. Okay. Actually, a couple of companies behind it. Okay, okay. We've got our default Unity splash screen, which I think does count as a default Unity asset. So you can go ahead and mark off default asset from yours. Yeah, the wavy river, just because. Also, what I want to share is something which I find hilarious. Cool, thank you, voiceover. Is that although the game says controller required, for the controller it says unknown controller support, which is amazing. Alright, so we have individual disciplines, cups, training, records, settings, credits. Let's check the settings first. Sound, we have separate sliders. Incredible. Go ahead and mark that one off. Graphics, it has detected the correct resolution, and we've gone for best quality. Hell yes. Language, vibration. Unfortunately, although it has controller support, it doesn't have rebindable controls, and it does not use the correct glyphs. So, is there anything I can mark off on mine? That was winning the vote. We had win Wordle. We've got stock assets because we had the Unity splash screen. Separate sound sliders. We'll check the credits in a second. Yeah, let's have a look. No borderless full screen. What I want to see is if in the credits it mentions anything about the music. Mamamoo, you always thought of French as an annoying language to learn for other people. You're the one who teaches, so I believe you. Best of luck if you're a French teacher. Software, okay. Game designer, programmer. Give me some music credits. We need to verify. But you can go ahead and mark off credits found. We've got animators. Motion capture? They did mocap for this? They had at least one UI. I don't know why they put ... Composer and sound designer. There they are. Okay, this is an OST. Nice. Okay. So we can mark off OST and credits found. Seriously, I have neither of those. Oh, that makes me so sad. It's definitely not a solo dev, so apologies if you have that one. Yeah, okay, I've got original music. Okay, go me. That is about it. So it doesn't have trading cards, so I'm stuffed on that one. Which annoyingly, hang on, let me just show you this. So unfortunate. Trading cards in early access would have got me, or trading cards and title drop would have got it, but I can't get that, so I've basically got nothing. I have absolutely nothing for bingo. All right, we're going to put 30 minutes on the clock, and well, where do we start actually? Do we do cups, or I think we do individual disciplines so that we can see as much as possible, right? This has multiplayer. Unfortunately, it's not online, but it does have multiplayer. Hang on. Do I have... I don't have multiplayer on mine. Oh, yes, I do. Right there. Okay. I mean, look, at least I get one more. Holy cow. Right. I'll go there. And I'm just going to play by myself. Tell you what, if this gets passes the vote, we might open this up for some Steam. What's it called? The local co-op where you can just anyone can join in. We might open that up. Yes, it did detect the correct resolution. Oh, have I got a mine and I didn't mark it off? My bad. Oh yeah, right next to it. There we go. Thank you for that. Missed it. Okay, so we have biathlon, curling, downhill, short track, skeleton, and ski cross. I don't think it's actually called skeleton. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking that? I don't think it's called skeleton. I want to say it's called luge. Maybe I am wrong. Short track, okay. Well, here's hoping that it tells us how to play these. Let's start our 30 minutes and see what happens. Oh, did it figure? Yes, it is original music, Gino. It was listed in the credits with the composer. Skeleton is the term, okay. Well, let's start with downhill skiing. Sounds like fun. We'll do it on easy. Is it going to tell me how to play? Probably not. Oh, we do have... Nope. The guide button was wrong. It was X, but not PlayStation X. So now we're just getting into it. We'll figure this out. Here we go. This is going to be great. Okay, we need to beat 2 minutes 12 somehow when we don't know what the controls are.
Ready.
Okay, left trigger, right trigger. Go. Okay, we need to go through the flags. The arrow does not mean touch the flag. It means go through the flag. Okay. So I'm not sure what pressing the triggers does. I think it makes you go faster. Yes. Maybe. At least on the downhill. My controller is vibrating and I'm assuming... No, they're brakes. We don't want to push those. The game lies. Ah, but we hold just right trigger and we go fast. Okay, here we go. Do you reckon your character can die in this? That's the question. Like, I'm going 115 kilometers per hour. If I smack into a railing, surely I die now. Oh, back on track. Come on. Let's go. Oh, we are taking way too long. We're meant to be beating 2 minutes. We're not going to do it at this pace. We're going to go faster. Well, that's fine. This is how we die. These are actually ludicrous speeds. And you know what would actually make this more interesting? Music. They had plenty of music before, now they're like, oh no, you're in a high octane situation, we can't possibly have any music at this time. What on earth are you talking about? Also, I love that I've gone with Australia for this, because Australians are definitely incredibly well known for their expertise in snowy environments, you know what I mean? Oh, I knew that was a tight turn. somehow gaining speed going up a hill. Love how realistic that is. We are not going to take first place, but we picked up the speed pretty nicely considering our absolutely rubbish start. See, what I want is that, but with more people in it. Like, imagine that, but with like Mario Kart style with everyone going on. Oh, hey, never mind. I did take first place by less than a second. Cool. All right, that was fun. I'm supposed to hit the flags to cut turns. Maybe? I mean, it worked. It wasn't easy, in all fairness. I'll take that. I mean, that wasn't terrible. But now one knows, like, what is this on hard? Does it change the course, or is it just the time that you have to beat? Let's find out. Okay, now we can press this. Get in position, left trigger and right trigger. Increase speed, press A repeatedly? Okay. Turn, hard turn, loss of speed is left trigger. Have to ski through the gates, yep. And then right trigger, okay, I mean, I figured out most of it. Alright, let's... Is that a giant pumpkin in the background? I think it is. I don't know why that's there, but it is. I mean, this isn't a terrible representation of the game and the sport. Alright, so we hold down both triggers and then we mash A, apparently, to get ourselves started.
Ready.
Oh, okay, so we can actually use A to do that and get going. Well, sure, let's cruise then. I didn't even see what the time was that we're trying to beat, so we're just gonna go it. Oh! Alright, that felt like it was a little bit harder. That's fine. We don't need, the track where we're going, I guess. Oh! Okay, that's a little bit tighter than I remember it being last time. It's fine. We're definitely on the track. Nailed it. We are going super slow through here because I've got all the turns wrong. It's fine. Alright, now we're good. Now we cruise. Go, you good Australian. What happened with the camera there? Okay. You can actually fall over and die. That's incredible. But it's fine. We picked ourselves back up. We're a true Australian. We don't give up that easily. Yeah, it turns out if you turn too fast, too tight, you do actually just fall over and die. That's a fence. Oh, there's several broken bones there. That's fine. We don't need bones to go down a hill. Bones are overrated. Come on, finish line's right there. We maybe nailed this? Did we get a penalty for falling over? We didn't miss any flags. You respawn for free because you've got good healthcare. Nice. That is a great reference and a great joke. Here we go. We can watch an action replay. Look how cleanly I stayed between these lines. Absolutely beautiful. The posture, the form. Absolutely classic. Look at those moves. But actually, you can see where the mocap work has been like implemented. Absolutely smashed it despite falling over twice. Alright, thank you very much. I will take that medal. Accidents happen in this line of work, but we can't let that impact our performance. Alright, what else have we got? Short track. Short track speed skating. 4 athletes race around an oval track. Don't have to beat a particular... Then how do you win? Okay, low centrifugal. Are you telling me that on higher difficulties you change the laws of physics? Higher difficulty increases the amount of centrifugal force. Okay. Yeah, we'll just ignore physics at low difficulties. Whatever. This is fine. I see nothing wrong with this. Alright, what are the controls here? Getting control. Yep, position is both triggers. Increase speed, press A repeatedly. Turn. What? Maintain / increase speed is A and B in rhythm. So you do A, B. This is a rhythm game suddenly? Sprint, press X repeatedly. Keep your balance with left trigger. Okay. Not going to tell me how. I'm guessing we stop it in the green zone. Something like that. This... What? This is not what I was expecting. This feels like it's suddenly a rhythm game. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's all sports are. They're actually rhythm games in disguise.
Go to the start.
I'm already at the start. You don't need to tell me to go to the start.
Ready.
Yes. I got a false start there, apparently. Go! Whoa. Okay. Wow, that's so fast. Okay. This is thrilling stuff. Whoop, too tight, too tight. Okay, no, you actually want to stay in the blue zone, I think. Something like that. The timing on that rhythm game is absolutely atrocious. Yeah. That is the worst rhythm game I've ever played. It gives you, like, no time to do anything. Oh, good lord. That, not fun. Absolutely not fun. Alright, cool. That was great. Good job to the winners. Great game, great game. Don't ever show your face here again. Matey, if I remember right from the Mario and Sonic Winter games, you had to beat Vector in this sport. I remember because you got stuck at this point, you stopped playing. Honestly, I've never played any of those Mario Sonic games. Alright, let's do Skeleton. This look is going to be great. Easy opponents, challenging opponents, no racing line. Hard opponents, no racing line, no warning about corners. Okay, that feels like a better way to do difficulty. Let's have a crack at easy difficulty first. We'll learn what it's all about. Welcome to the spooky, scary skeletons. Alright, how we do this? Increase speed, press A repeatedly, X to jump on, okay. Turn, hard turn, loss of speed. You'll crash if you go too high into a turn. Okay, colliding with a wall will reduce your speed. Funny that. This looks like it's going to be a great sense of speed, and I'm here for it. So let's give this a go. How bad could it be, right? Yeah, slap those thighs, get them warmed up. Alright, so we're going to be mashing A, I think.
Ready.
Yep. Go. I am mashing that button. Let's go. We're jumping on and we are letting gravity do its thing. Okay. We go around. I mean, so far, it's just kind of follow the line. I mean, it really is just like optimizing a water slide, isn't it? Okay, that's a nice touch that they actually do have some of the music in the background there. But it's just, it plays as you pass by, like, the spectators. Weirdly enough, I don't really feel like I've got much control over this at all. But maybe that's more realistic. Like, surely I would have just come off there. Maybe it's because I haven't done, like, any braking or hard turns or anything yet. I'm just literally letting it go. I find it hilarious, though, that this is somehow slower than skiing. Yeah, this is a sport that people have died on. I mean, to be fair, people have died on, like, almost any sport. Except maybe, has anyone died playing table tennis? I don't know. Alright, well, I smashed the competition in that one, so now we go again. Go. Go. Alright, I love it. This is the sport of laying on a plank as it goes down a hill. Yeah, I'm not sure how you're actually meant to, like, do better at this. At least with downhill skiing, it's very clear to be like, okay, like, speed up at the right times. With this, I barely feel like I can even move left and right. The character is just kind of allowing gravity to do the work, and that's it. I wonder if I can even crash out of this. That would be interesting to see. I tried. Staying high. Oh, cut the corner fine. We're getting a red warning. Oh, there we go. Okay, you can ride the walls too high. The controls are tight, but it is possible. Alright. How did that compare? We were actually faster that time. So I took some risks and it paid off. It was actually worthwhile not following the racing line. Nearly got under a minute on that one, so... Ah, but that was with the low centrifugal force, right? No, that was the other one. Never mind. Alright, let's see what happens if we go on the harder difficulty of that one. Hard opponents, no racing line, no warning about corners. I don't need to be warned about corners. Corners are for weaklings. Pain makes you grow stronger. Alright, let's see if possible to actually come out of this one. We are button mashing. We are button mashing hard. Go. Alright, sled to your heart's content. Look at that, the jiggle physics though. Alright, we stay high. Yep, yep. Way! Okay, you can come off. No void, though. Oh! It means you don't get a time. Okay.
Ready.
So if I just fail both times, then surely my time is 0, and that's the fastest possible time, right? Right? That's how that works? No, I think it just means I just get 1, because it takes the averages of the 2 times, I think. So we want to go kind of high so that you can drop down on the other side. Okay. I mean, to be fair, this does feel like it'd be a pretty fun sport to get into. Like, alright, so yeah, you were doing some sport on the weekend? What were you doing? Oh, I was sledding down tubes. It was great. There we go. Cut it close on the inside there. Whoa, nearly came out. We're fine. Alright. Not the fastest time. 59.92, sub 1 minute though, that's not bad. Aussie's good at winter sports? No, definitely not. That was close. I mean, considering that was hard mode. Oh, it actually takes your totals? Okay, so mine doesn't count because I had a nothing on one of them, so it still puts me in last place. Although if I had done that consistently, I would have been sub 1 minute on both, which would have put me into the podium, I think. Or at least close to it.
This was a great match.
This was a great match. Was it really? I mean, it's a little bit disappointing that you don't get to see other people participating. It's just really competing against a set time. In ski cross, 4 athletes race down a course while navigating jumps, rollers, and banks. Don't have. Okay, now this sounds like it could be fun because it sounds like there are actual other like opponents on the map. Oh yeah, look at this. All right, so that's how we increase speed. Are the controls any different? Okay, no, this is the same controls, except you now have a jump button as well. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? Crash into the other participants and make them lose. Perfect. Alright. That was a terrible jump. Whoa! Okay, now you actually have to press a button to stick the landing. Okay. What is that mechanic? Why is it not working? Okay. Well, we'll figure that one out later. I don't know if it wants me to press it or to let go of it, but neither seem to be working. At this rate, we're just going to crash every single one. You have to press it in the zone. Okay. That is not how I thought the jumping would work, but that's fine. Yep. So you want to press it as close to the button as possible, but that's it. Wow. Okay, I mean, we fell over like 4 times and we still weren't that far behind. We're going to try that again. We can do better. Yeah, to be like a second and a half behind after falling over 4 times, not actually that bad. But the fact they do it as a one and done blows my mind. Alright, let's try that again. We can do better. Not Nick, this looks like your backyard. If this is your backyard, that's incredible. And I am very jealous. We've got a Canadian next to us. We can't let... Well, I mean, we can let them win. The Canadians are nice people. Nailed it. There we go. Alright. Sorry, coming through. It didn't make a beep noise, but it still worked. Yep, the beep noise has just stopped for some reason. Oh, there we go. That one came back. Why? Who knows? To be completely honest, this is now just making me want to play SSX Tricky. Well, that was fun. I steered around a couple of corners and pressed the A button at the right time, like 4 times. Incredible. Yes, thank you. I am now world champion at whatever this was. Look at those moves. Incredible. The way he comes around the corner like it was the easiest thing in the world. I just pushed left slightly. Smashed him by 20 seconds. Alright, let's try that on harder difficulty now. See, the impression that I'm getting from this game at the moment is that it is incredibly mediocre. Alright, let's go against hard opponents and see what happens. I'm probably going to get my butt absolutely handed to me now because I think the course is going to be different. I'm guessing it takes the upper route. Let's find out. Ready. Go! How are they going so fast? Whatever they're doing, it's working. But I know how to take corners more tightly, and I will use that to my advantage. Maybe I actually do need to hold down the button. Yes. Okay. Okay, that was better. We are still winning, and I don't see a way that they can catch up to me unless I screw up this jump, which I didn't. Because there's no more jumps, and now it's just downhill. And apparently, I'm very good at straight lines down a hill. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely smashed them. We're trying to adopt a Canadian for a bit. Yeah, I was. Technically. There we go. 11 seconds on hard mode. Snood. The sport downhill skiing implies the existence of uphill skiing. I think they just call that cross-country skiing, right? But it's a great implication. Alright. There are also more than I was expecting because there's more down here. It's a 2-woman bobsled. Okay. Super G. Downhill discipline. The course includes a series of gates through which athletes have to ski through. Super G involves more twists and turns than a regular downhill. Well, I'm not going to be good enough for that. I'm not good at twists and turns. I'm good at straight lines. Snowboard cross for athletes race. Okay, I kind of want to see how the snowboarding works.
Snowboard cross.
The ski lift. To be fair, I think for some people the ski lift is the best part of being out in the mountain.
Cross. What a great
Alright, so what are we doing here? Same controls there. Same controls there. Same controls there. So this is actually going to be exactly the same, isn't it? Is this going to be doing anything that even feels remotely different? Hard to say. Actually a little bit less mobile on the turns. Yep, I need to actually use the brake mechanic. Oh, that set us so far back. What the hell? That's alright, he fell over his... Oh, you jerk! You absolute jerk! Yeah, I pushed that at the wrong time. That was my bad. But the fact that he was on the other side and I smacked into him and that made me fall off feels bad, man. Alright. We are going to fall over here. Nope. I pushed that at the wrong time. We're going to fall over here. I called it too soon. Way too soon. So it turns out I'm much better at skiing than I am at snowboarding. Again, too soon. I keep trying to be like, I need to jump, but no, you have to wait to be in midair, and then it's not about jumping, it's about landing, funnily enough. Okay, okay. And, yep. I am getting the sense that many of these games are actually rhythm games in disguise as sports games. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of sports games are actually strategy games in disguise as sports games, but yeah, this is very much rhythm games. Yeah, it feels more like a Wii game. Only difference is this was on the Wii, it would have had motion controls. You know what? That actually probably would have been an improvement. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, ski jumping. Athletes slide down a ramp before taking off from the takeoff table and try to fly as far as possible. In addition to the distance, athletes are judged on their form in the air and how smoothly they land. Let's give it a go. Weak and consistent wind, easy opponents. Weak wind. It's so weak-winded. It's just can't do anything. It's like a gentle breeze. So weak. Alright, what are we doing here? I get to set the wind direction and strength. Okay. Sure. Balance. Jump with A. Keep your balance. And then press A to land. Okay. I don't see how any of this could go wrong. At all. What a great sport where it's just like, alright, now you get to just control the wind. For reasons. So, how does this work? It's just a timing game. I'm going to press it there. We go down. We keep our balance. Don't fall. Don't fall. Press the jump button. Oh, we're meant to be doing... There was a thing that was meant to happen there and then it didn't. What a terrible jump. Alright, I missed something there. We didn't do terribly, I think. I can't tell how this scoring works. Oh, I won! Okay, let's do it again then, I guess. There's 2 rounds. And somehow by doing absolutely we need to do the, like, the Mario Party meme of Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing. Can we do a Grail wins by doing nothing? Is the breeze going to come back the other way? Oh yes, here we go. That'll do. It's in the blue zone. I have pressed no buttons. I've jumped. I'm still pressing no buttons. I've stacked the landing like a true champion. It's just a flesh wound. Why are there little plants in the way? I don't understand. It looks like little tufts of grass. Why are they there? That seems like such a trip hazard. I still won! I did nothing! I still won. In fact, my jump was better. Absolutely incredible. Can't lose. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, we wanted to try some Super G. Okay. We've got a minute and a half left.
Welcome to Super G. All participants are in their best condition.
Alright, is this any different for the controls? All the contestants are in their best condition, are we? Are you sure? Okay, this is the same ski controls as before. Got it. Alright. Let's do this. Can we faceplant out of the gate? That would be hilarious. Just like the gate's open, we just tip over and plunk. Sorry, full start. Okay, we're going. Let's get moving. Now we don't want to go too fast here because this is about, you know, the slalom. So you go speed, and then you do that, and you do. It's over there. It's all right. We're turning. We're good. Oh, tight turns. Making good use of the buttons that do turns. Look at us go. This is all about having that controlled speed. Now watch as Grail absolutely messes up everything. That's fine. That counts. We touched the flag. That's all you need to do. If I've learned anything from watching sports, it's that close enough is good enough most of the time. We get a little bit of speed come down here. Look at this, because we've got more. They're spaced out a little bit more. This is what we want right here. Yeah, and then we slow it down for this one. Turn, you lovely person. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to do from the start. Nailed it. Alright, we can keep up the speed for this one, and then we're going to slow it down here. Nailed it. Ooh, that was close. But it's fine. It was controlled. Everything was intentional. Again, speeding up as we go up a hill, which is definitely how physics works. Absolutely nailed that. Took the flag with me. This one's coming home. And somehow that was faster than the normal downhill. Absolutely incredible. So, yeah, the sense that I'm getting is that they actually really only have, like, 2 or 3 actual mechanics that they just reuse over and over here. Yeah, the fact that I was somehow 10 seconds ahead of the Canadian makes 0 sense.
Was a great match. We thank all participants. In third place.
The thing that's made me curious, though, I'm just going to do a little off-screen Googling, because I need to check this. Is the ski jump record. Oh, yeah, okay. We got nothing on that. So we got 111, which I'm guessing was either 111 points or 111 meters, one of the two. The record in an official competition is 254 meters for the ski jump. So we are good, but not that good. Yeah, it's absolutely an arcade game. It's just all around kind of disappointing, unfortunately. It's very, very mid. And from what I can tell, has 0 replayability. It just doesn't do enough. However, it is up to you to decide if you want to play more of this or see more of this or not. So let me get the poll up and running because we've hit our half-hour time limit. Just reset that. So get your votes in. Vote yes if it's time to spin the wheel. Vote no if you want to see more of Winter Sports 2023. Because you never know, maybe we've missed something really interesting and exciting. There's only one way to find out. I'm glad it's been fun to watch. That's the good part. I think I did see someone ask there, how do you get a game on? Yes, Donald Baird, welcome. How you doing, Donald? How do we suggest games to add to the wheel? It's quite simple. You just need to be a member of the channel. I do give out memberships every now and then, so you never know, you might get one for free. And basically, it starts at as little as $1 per month just to support the channel, and it goes towards being able to pay for the games that we actually feature on stream here as well. Once you're a member, head over to the Discord. There is a separate channel there with a bot that we've set up that allows you to submit 1 game per month, which does actually mean that if you pay for 1 month of membership and you're clever about it, you can submit 2 games, 1 this month and 1 at the start of next month. Just need to get in before your membership runs out. Donald Baird, you actually said my name correctly. I'm surprised. Most people mispronounce your last name. Oh, you've used your full legal name on something on the internet? I'm not sure that's a wise idea, Donald. You've got to watch out for identity theft. Some guy, the game may be mediocre, but watching Grail fumble while still being good at sports is really fun. There is something lovely about being able to make an absolute fool of yourself in a sport and the game still go, congratulations, you're a winner, you're the best we've ever seen at this sports in this competition. It's just, I feel like I'm getting participation trophies left, right, and center. Not Nick. Now I have to make it a point to see more of these. Much more awesome live than after. There is always something fun about being able to interact with some of these things that happen in the moment and contribute to the humor of what's happening. I always feel like these streams would be great fun having, you know, around 100 or so people in the chat, and maybe we'll get there one day, but at the same time, I love being able to actually recognize names for people who are in the chat and take a moment to, you know, actually speak to you like real people. Like, I don't know about you, but it has always annoyed me a little bit when you hear people talk about chat on stream as though chat is a singular entity. I like being able to recognize names and actually talk to you personally where I can. Maximum Cheese, you're here now. What did you miss? You missed an entire sports game, which was fantastic. But we have voted yes for a wheel spin. So unfortunately, I was simply too good at this game, which means we have to put it away for now. Maybe we'll come back to it someday in the future, but today is not that day. I do love the fact though that it did have a couple of game modes and things that we didn't look at. Like you've got cups, which I'm assuming, yes, combine multiple events together. Speed cup, go fast. Stamina cup, go long. Or you can make your own. So like there's a reasonable number of settings and things on there, but I don't think there is anywhere near enough content on there. So, good job, devs. You made something interesting. It is very middle of the road, though, which is unfortunate. So, let's jump over to here for a sec. Do we have anything else on the bingo card that we want to mark off? We didn't get a title drop. The game doesn't actually slap. The music was okay, but I wouldn't say the music's a banger. It was just there. It was very generic, like, light techno. I don't think the rest of these count. I mean, if you have something on yours you want to double check, now's the chance to let me know. But otherwise, I think we're about good on this one. Yeah, there's definitely nothing else on mine that I can mark off. Was the sensitive? No, sensitivity was not too high, unfortunately. To be fair, I don't think I could actually control the camera in any of them, but it did okay. Good concept. Yeah, actually, I would give that some guy. I would say it was a good concept, poor execution. I would give that one. There's plenty of ones that have done similar kind of sporting compilation ones to this. It just, yeah, the execution wasn't there. I would say I would give that one as a rating a a ski jump crash landing, but somehow still winning out of 10. The mechanics are there, it's solid enough, but the fact that you can absolutely fail to stick the landing and still win, yeah. Nodnik, can I get the Discord? Want to get more into this amazing group of people? Yeah, absolutely. Let me find a link to drop in for you. Give me a sec. Someone might beat me to it. Here it is. There you go. I've popped it in the chat. Just follow that link and take you straight through to our Discord. We've got a great community. On that note, the game is done. So I reckon we've got time for one more. Let's grab ourselves a new bingo card. There we go. And we're going to spin the wheel. Thank you very much, Ustatsch, for Winter Games 2023. We got a few good laughs out of that one. Let's have a look and see what our final game for today is. According to the games rate, 111 out of 10. Apparently, yes. But sometimes too high is not a good thing. Mark and Lara, partners in justice. This sounds like it could be an Ace Attorney inspired game? Maybe? Let's have a look. Mark and Lara, partners in justice. Possibly. Okay, okay. If this is Phoenix Wright inspired, I am here for this. Right, first things first, it has less than 200 reviews, so we can go ahead and mark that one off. Let me double check who has suggested this game. This game comes to us from Jazzy Catty, who submitted this in January of this year. Jazzy, I know you tend to hang out, so if you're watching this later or you've just been looking in the background, thank you very much for suggesting the game. We'll find out if it's any good in just a moment. Salad Bucket, welcome. Hey, how you doing? Hey kids, now just joining. Baseball was rained out, so you're here. You've come in at the great time. We're just about to kick off with a fresh game. Also, FYI, I normally have my camera on, but it has died on me today, so we're just having PNG Grail today instead, because that's the best we're going to get, apparently. It seems to be getting the job done. All right, let's see what else we have on here. It did release after 2020, so we can mark that one off as well. I don't have it, but maybe you do. Western Stations, if there had been a tutorial, we've got to be get. What do you mean what do you mean if there had been a tutorial? Each of the game modes had a tutorial. And the tutorial was decent. It actually took you through the controls. It wasn't tutorial too late. It had a tutorial and it was good. So Western Stations, hang on, does that mean that you've actually got a bingo? I'm going to give you a minute to confirm. Because if you've got a bingo, I want to award you your point. Western Stations, what's happened? Did we have a bingo? Did we not? I feel like I need to have some tension music in the background, but I don't have any queued up ready to go. So just imagine there's like quiet music in the background, in the same way of like a quiz show when someone's really thinking about an answer. What do you mean? No, there was a good tutorial. In the last game, Winter Games 2023, there was a good tutorial. Each of the individual games that we were playing had a good tutorial. It showed the buttons, explained what they did. A couple of things you kind of had to figure out as you went, but I would say especially for the skiing mini games, the downhill skiing, yeah, it was a good tutorial. I would say for some of the more complex ones, like the what was it called? The ice skating one we went around the circles, I would say not as good, but it was okay. But yeah, Western Stations, if marking good tutorial would give you a bingo, absolutely mark it off and share your bingo results. Yes, hi Panda, hang on. Aha. Yep. Okay. Oh, I did a big yawn. Okay. Screeches for Kitty. Oh, and Wednesday Western Stations responds. Yeah, if you don't want the bingo, that's fine. We can move along, but I don't want you to miss out just because we move too quickly. Moving on the pad again. Yeah, some people seem to think that it is actually just a pre-recorded video for Panda, but no. This is live. And this is why I find it hilarious that for whatever reason this webcam has decided to work today, but the other one hasn't. I am still here. Hello. I'm around. Ish. Alright. Cool. We'll give them a minute, but yeah, Western Stations hasn't said anything else yet. Yeah, I told you. I'm here. I don't want to get in the way, though. Panda is far more important to have on camera than me. Alright, cool. I'm not seeing anything else from Western Stations, so if they pop it into the channel later, we'll take a look and we'll mark it off and verify it. But for now, we'll just keep moving onwards so that we don't go too far over time. So, where did we get to? We had checked a couple of things. Oh, yes, we wanted to watch the trailer. It is 1:15, apparently. Let's have a peek. By Deep Monolith. Okay, live action intro. As Mark as Lara. A co-op detective experience. Hello, you... Okay, now I'm interested. And it is cross-platform. Your audio balancing is terrible. Your music slaps. Okay. Larry is in this game. Confirmed. This game was meant for us. Okay, this could actually be peak.
Wait. Ron said he was at the kitchen. It's impossible.
Okay, so there's a bit of back and forward and you need to agree on conclusions? Interesting. The music is very Phoenix Wright inspired. Partners in Justice. Okay. This has caught my attention. Maddie Z, hello, how are you doing? First time making it to a live stream. You've come in just in time. This is going to be the last game that we're featuring today. Also, just heads up, we're playing bingo. So if anyone has a new person in chat, you can go ahead and mark that one off. Maddie Z, if you want to join in and play along, you'll see a link appear for the bingo card. Feel free to jump in and have some fun. This is going to be interesting. We need a solution to put the bingo spaces and overlay. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure on what a good fix for that would be. That's it. If anyone does have any suggestions, feel free to drop them over in the Discord channel. I'm very happy to implement them. My only concern is that having a list of all the bingo tiles that we've completed might take up too much space on screen. But I'm sure there's got to be a way to figure it out. Other people do it, so there's got to be a way. Okay, developers are Mark Lara Devs. It is the same developer and publisher. Ooh, I have got that one. Nice. But it is not just their name. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pay that. It is literally Mark Lara Devs. I'm going to pay that as their name. It is literally their name with the word developer in it. Okay, do we have... Or do I have... Dev is just their name. No, I do not. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, it has been wishlisted by a friend, though. Who is that? It's Jazzy Caddy! Okay. Do I have wishlisted by a friend? I do. Perfect. Okay. Have they made anything else? Yes. Alcaverse, Shadow from Gladview. Coming soon, it's an auto battler. Okay, very different genres, but that's fine. Okay. So they have made more than one game. We can't mark that one off. Do we have unique in the description somewhere? We do. Let's see. Read through their depositions and talk with your partner to spot the contradictions in their answers using a unique gameplay. I think that's a typo, actually, funnily enough. Yeah, a unique gameplay that puts the collaboration players... It should just be unique gameplay. I'm going to put that down to a mistranslation, but it is a grammatical error, so we can mark that as a mistake. Which makes me wonder if maybe that's where the issue is in the game. Because this feels like it should have exploded in popularity. Let's see. I don't have typo. Oh, unfortunately. Do I have unique in description? No, I don't have that one either. Oh, it's so annoying. It is co-op, so yes, you can absolutely mark off multiplayer. Bless you, Panda. That was a big sneeze. I don't know if that one got caught on the microphone, but she's sneezy. Yes, you can definitely check off multiplayer. I think that's about all that we can get from here. Yeah, it seems like the problem is going to be with the English translation, which is a bit of... It's always unfortunate when something breaks because of that. Because it seems like the mechanics are going to be solid. The game is less than $10. I don't have the price related one on mine. All right, let's get the game purchased. I'm going to put you guys over to the Wordle holding screen for a minute while I get this added and downloaded. Here we go. Well, let's give you some background music while this is going. We need background music. Hell yes. Can we do it solo? I don't know. We're going to find out. If it can't be done solo, well then someone might have to volunteer to join in. We'll see what happens. And I'm checking the file size, 85 megabytes. It is definitely not going to be more than a gig. Not possible. I will double check the local files though, just in case that they had really compressed it. I mean, they've not done a bad job. 260 meg is the actual file size. Hey, looks like things are going well so far, though. Game suggester in chat? I don't think so. I've not seen Jazzy Caddy in the chat yet. I might have missed them. Let me check. Oh, damn, you got it. Glory, well done. That was quick. Much quicker than I expected. Okay, I nearly missed it. I'm just double checking to see, have we got Jazzy Caddy in the chat? Can I see participants? It's not showing anyone other than me right now. So something broke there. Oh, there we go, it's loading in. I don't see Jazzy Caddy in the background there. No, well done, Snood. Snood is a champion when it comes to Wordles. So, let's have a look then. Mark and Lara, partners in justice. You're trying to change name. You can't do that. You can't fool me. Okay, okay, epilepsy warning, fair enough. Appreciate they've added in. Okay, we do have some music. I was worried for a moment there that it was going to be silent. Alright, let me just flick this over. Sorry, bear with. It's not auto-detecting the game, but I can do that. Alright, let's have a look. Game settings. We have 2 languages. Dialogue tutorial. There is an anti-epilepsy mode. Damn. I wonder if we need to add a tile for like thoughtful accessibility features. Because this would get that for having an anti-epilepsy mode. Also, hopefully this means we have a good tutorial. Audio settings. We have separate sliders. Hell yes. Do I have separate sliders on mine? Sorry, it also pauses the music when I Alt-Tab, which is always unfortunate. Let's see. I'll find out if it's detected the correct resolution in a sec. It has not. It did not detect the correct screen resolution. In fact, I don't think it supports my screen's resolution. We do have a windowed mode, but unfortunately it does this. So it is not a borderless full screen. No luck on that one. But yeah, it literally does not support my game's resolution, my screen's resolution. Did the devs make more than one game? They did. They have a second game that they've made. Mamu, you agree? Okay, yeah, sweet. I think we can add that in next time. If someone could pop that into the Discord in the channel content threads, just as a reminder for me to add accessibility options, or just thoughtful options, maybe something like that, as a new bingo tile, that'd be awesome. It's not out yet. What's not out yet? I must have missed that. Alright, let's see. Let's see if it is co-op only. Let's go into new game. This is a 2-player adventure. Going solo is not an option. Pick a different character each, either Mike or Lara, and communicate to solve the case either in person or through voice chat. The game itself doesn't require an internet connection to work. Huh. For the best experience, don't look at each other's screen, but if you get stuck and need a hint, it doesn't hurt to take a peek. If you're using an online chat service, I recommend using Discord. Also a great place to find a partner if you don't have one yet. So they have their own Discord server for it. So presumably it's going to take me into a lobby selection. No, not yet. Okay, we're going to go through this first. Because it hasn't actually told me how to invite someone yet, so we'll figure it out. But the art style is lovely. But yeah, if you're in the chat and are thinking that you would actually like to join in for a little bit of this, let me know. I will see if I can shout you a copy of the game and we'll go from there. If there's more than one person, we'll have to hold a random selection vote. Okay. Well, something bad happened. It's so zoomed in, I can't tell. What am I looking at? That is a hat. Oh. What is that perspective? What is the hat on? Well, either way, they were hanging out for a really good time. Beep. Detective Torres and Farlow, Captain Miller is here. A dead body was found in a house at Manhattan Beach this morning. 2 suspects have been identified and detained, but we need you guys for interrogation. I want you both at the police station now. I'm out of town, but you can find copies of the case files on the office desk. Get a move on. So, how does the other person actually come into this? I'm confused. Are you both meant to just like play at the same time and roleplay decisions? We're gonna press on and see what's happening here, but I feel like I'm missing something. Interesting case, huh? Do you really think it was a suicide? I'm not sure. Let's see what the suspects have to say. I'll question Larry Brown, the chef, if that's okay with you. Perfect. I'll question Albert Hoffman, the librarian. You look awful, Mark. Did Luna keep you up late? No. I fell asleep 2 seconds into the movie you recommended. You don't understand anything about cinema. That Western movie is a masterpiece. Anyway, have you read the captain's letter? If it wasn't a suicide, we have to get a confession by today. Let's get to it then. Okay. Choose with your partner which of you play with Mark and which with Lara. Okay, so we do actually need to have 2 games going in tandem then. Huh. Maddie, I think if you play at the same time, Mark gets some info and Lara gets different info and you have to communicate it to each other. Interesting. Okay, so that's how it's meant to work. I'm guessing that if I played through on my own, I wouldn't have all the necessary information to actually be able to answer things. So I'm going to pause the timer here. How do we want to do this then? Because this means I'm going to need someone who is available to actually jump into the game right now. So yeah, is anyone actually ready and willing? Let's see. I didn't see anyone say earlier. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to find a way to play the game twice. You could join but can't voice chat right now. That's okay, Mediate. I can just send you a copy of the game and you can put things into the chat if that works. You can share info back and forth that way. Because you'll be able to watch and listen to everything that I'm doing. So if that works for you, Mediate, and if you're happy to keep using the stream chat as a way to communicate, we can do that. The music is a bop, though, and I'm here for it. Sure, alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Bear with me. So I'm pretty sure I've got you on Steam. If I don't, then that's my bad. I want to do this as a gift. I mean, it's just going to depend on whether or not I can gift it to you. Do I have... Unless... Yep, Mediate, I've got you here. There we go. Let's see. Do that way. Looks like it's letting me send it through to you. Sometimes there's currency problems and it says no, depending on what country you live in. But there we go. I have sent you a copy of the game. It should come through pretty quickly. Mamu, you could be kind of too shy for that kind of thing. Don't worry about it. Never going to force someone to join in, but also sometimes just taking the step and giving it a go is the fun part. But yeah, it seems like there's no way to properly be able to play this without having a second person jump in. There we go. Mediate's getting in, starting the PC. Well, that just means that we can chill and shoot the breeze while we're waiting for Mediate for his computer to wake. But this is an interesting concept, and funnily enough, it's the kind of game that I could see myself playing with my wife. Because often the way that we work it is that I'll have a computer in my space which doubles as a home office, and then she's got a PC hooked up to the TV in the lounge room. And if we're playing co-op, it means we're still within talking distance of each other, so that we don't have to rely on Discord and the latency that comes through, chat functions and things like that. So sometimes it is nice just being able to be like, hey, I actually need to talk to you about this to figure this out. Mamu, you did karaoke in public yesterday. You thought your heart was going to burst. Can't strain it too much. Good on you. That requires a level of confidence that I don't have. I have never been brave enough. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have done it once when I was like 15. In our school, we did a little karaoke competition thing. I didn't do terribly, but I also did not do particularly well. But it takes a lot of guts to get up and sing in front of people, especially when you're not someone who's been trained to do that kind of thing. I'm trying to think, like, I probably wouldn't even be that brave to be able to do it now, which sounds kind of hilarious because it was a similar kind of thing for me with starting streaming. My first stream, I was so nervous getting into it, but it's one of those things that you just kind of have to give it a go and see what happens, and then it gets easier from there. Mediate, when you see the game you can't find it, you should receive a notification saying that I've gifted you a copy of the game. So check your notifications first, and you should just need to accept the gift, and then it will appear in your library. Should be able to go from there. The first song was horrendous because you didn't know how the mic worked. Yeah, that's rough when it's technology that's holding you back. But yeah, my advice to anyone, if there's something that you want to do, but you're nervous about doing it, the reality is that there's only so much that you can do to prepare for it. Whether it be karaoke, streaming, public speaking, joining a new sport or social activity like D&D or something like that. Unfortunately, the reality is that you do have to dive off the deep end a little bit and just try. And the first time that you try, it's probably not going to be great, but it'll build your confidence because now you know what it feels like and you know what to expect, and then it gets easier the second time. At least that's how I found it for me for things like public speaking. I do a lot of that for work, whether it be running meetings or training events and things like that. And I can tell you now, I was super nervous the first time I ever had to run a training event. When you've got like 20 to 30 people in a room and you're expected to be a subject matter expert for an entire 8 hours and answer any questions, but also keep people engaged and entertained and on topic, it takes a lot out of you. It's not easy. But it just requires practice, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. You have to give it a go. So if you've been sitting on the fence of something going, oh, I don't know if it's for me, like, I think it would be fun, but I'm just really nervous, you just got to try it once. And if it doesn't work, you can always walk away from it. That is the best thing. Like, well, I've embarrassed myself in front of that group of strangers, I can never see them again. Cool, not a problem. It's just a group of strangers. And you know what? They were all probably just as nervous as you were at some point. So they've all been through it. And if they're a good group of people that are worth talking to, they'll be understanding. Mate 8, you caught up to where I am. Perfect. Welcome. All right. This is going to be interesting. We'll jump in just a sec. Richard MV says, some people have stage fright. I have stage euphoria. I get nervous before I get on stage. When I'm performing, I feel super relaxed and in the zone as long as I feel confident. 100%. And that's what comes with getting past the stage fright element and that nervousness, and then being able to settle into something that you already know that you're good at and confident with. Now, that will only work in some situations. For some things like karaoke, if you're just not a naturally trained or talented singer, that part might not work. That'll come with practice and getting better at singing. But if it is something where you're already a subject matter expert and it's just about doing what you normally do now in front of a crowd, then yeah, absolutely, you can get into that euphoria stage where you hit your stride and you hit that confidence and you go, no, actually, I'm good at this. We can make this work. So if you hit that, take pride in it. That's an achievement. All right, Matey 8, you're caught up. So if it's cool with you, I'm going to go as Mark if you go as Lara. Now, this means that everyone on stream is only going to get to see my side of things, and hopefully our communication back and forward is going to be enough. Someone said before that it feels very much like keep talking and nobody explodes, and I'm inclined to agree. I love this kind of being in the dark about information. So, let's go. Mark Farlow. I did not read your background, but we're going with it. Where should I start from? Let's have a look at the documentation. Clever. Okay, let's actually start by looking at things. Now, sorry, Mediate, you're probably going to get a lot of me reading out things that you're reading yourself. Feel free to put me on mute until you're ready for something. We'll see how we go. At 9:51 on April the 11th, the police station received a call concerning a dead body found in a house at Manhattan Beach. At 9:58, the police arrived at the scene. Mr. Thompson, a stockbroker, was found dead, hung in the kitchen. 2 people were at the scene. They say they were Mr. Thompson's longtime friends, Mr. Hoffman, librarian, and Mr. Brown, chef. They said they spent the night together drinking and playing poker, and that they found Mr. Thompson hung in the kitchen in the morning. As the only suspects, the men contacted their lawyers. They can only be detained for a short time. The case stinks. Mark and Lara, I'm expecting the best from you guys. Try to discover what really happened, and if murder seems likely, try to make them confess. Good luck with that. Also, I need to make sure they actually restart the timer. There we go. We can press to zoom. Oh, there we go. We can really get immersed and read it full on. Okay. We have done that. Thank you. We can have a look at the people. Who we got here? David Thompson. Oh, yeah. You look like a smarmy, stuck-up know-it-all. Look at you. Your ego's twice the size of your head. So that's why you've got to wear a hat. Funnily enough, his forehead keeps going right up to the brim of that hat. That's why he's got to wear it. Alright, David Thompson, born in 1965. No, this guy's not 60 years old. Look at him. Civil status celibate. Okay. Right, whatever. Moving on. Race W? I've not seen that as an acronym before, but sure, we'll roll with it. Eye color green. Yeah, okay. Hair color red? No, that's just lying now. Let's see. Morningside Avenue, Fairview. Oh, we've got his social security number. Quick, someone hack into his account. Take all his money. Like, open your credit cards. Go wild. Okay, he's from New York. Okay. Proceed view. Oh, we have an extra one. Okay. Larry Brown. Oh, God, he looks pretentious AF. Race woman. I think it's race white, but I think it's meant to be C for Caucasian. Oh, dear. 177 weight, 115 kilos. Yeah, okay. Offense type. Oh, hang on, that one has an offense. Drunk driving. Ooh, he's been caught for something before. This guy's had no previous offenses. Okay, I'm loving this UI design though. This is slick.
Albert Hoffman. Civil status is married.
Blonde, eye color grey. No, he's definitely got brown eyes. Don't know what you're on about. Scar on the left cheek. Mysterious. He could have been Harry Potter if that was in a better spot. Yeah, classic New York measurements, kilograms and centimeters. Look, this is alternative timeline New York. I mean, this was entered in 2020, right? No one was doing anything at that time. Alright, I have everything I need to know. Better wait until my partner's finished consulting the documentation. Where are we at? I'm 88. Have we finished reading the documentation? Are we good to keep going? Where are we at? I'm assuming we had the same documents. Okay, we're good. Alright. Well, everything's ready for interrogation. Since we're going to interrogate two different suspects, during the interrogation I can consult with my partner to verify their statements. Let's go. Okay, cool. Let's see how this works. Well. Good morning, Mr. Hoffman. First of all, let me thank you for your cooperation. I'd like to ask you a few questions about what happened yesterday night. Last night, I mean. I'd also like to record our conversation, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Alright, let's begin. Mr. Hoffman. I should start by asking some personal questions in order to put the suspect at ease. Well, let me get some personal info and gain his trust. Well, mediate, you've got Mr. Brown. Okay, so we're going to be able to cross-reference some things then, depending on what they say. When he's calmer and more open, he might let some things slip, and then I'll start asking some real questions about last night. Alright, choice 1. I can ask, what do you do? Well, we know whether or not he's married. Let's start with what you do. Because I can go back and I can check the documentation here. I can go, yeah, there's Mr. Hoffman. We know he's married. But, oh, he's a librarian. Okay, so we do know that already. Well, I guess we're just starting off the conversation nice and easy. Let's start by asking what he does.
I work in a big public library here in New York. In particular, I'm in charge of cataloging and filing.
Okay. Now I've been told to wait. Oh no, I can do a new question. Okay. Alright, what did you study?
I majored in historical and cultural studies of religion, with a focus on Greek and Roman civilizations. I'm lucky to have access to the latest research on the subject thanks to the library.
Okay. Historic and cultural studies of religion. Now I ask something about Larry Brown. Yeah, let's go basic. What's your relationship with Mr. Brown?
Brown? We're old friends, though we haven't seen each other a lot lately.
Did you go together to school?
Correct.
Okay, so Mediate said Albert and Hoffman were childhood friends. Okay.
And which school did you attend with Mr. Brown?
The Daniel M. School. Okay. Don't forget them. Press to highlight important dialogues. Okay, yeah, that one is going to be important. So double check. So Mr. Brown is the one who's dead. Yeah, Larry Brown is very dead. Okay. Went to Daniel M. School. Okay, better remember that. Sorry, we got it. Let's talk about David Thompson. Okay. Yeah, let's go basic. What's your relationship with Mr. Thompson?
Oh yes, David. We've known each other our whole lives, but it had been a long time since I'd last seen him, before yesterday.
I understand. Let's move on. Okay. For yesterday. I think I should have starred that. It's too late now. I can't go back. Okay. I just get to ask, are you all right? Or do you want some... Like, do you want some water? You stuttered a little bit there. Do you want some water?
No, thank you.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Hoffman. I'll be back in a moment to continue with your precious testimony. I want to search a few things on the computer. Find out about Mr. Hoffman's personal information. If I don't know what to look for, I can always take a look at the documentation. We go to the laboratory. Oh, Brown's not the victim. Okay, we're just understanding how long they've known each other for. Okay, so we can review documents here. Okay, we can go back through the full chat if we want to, and we can activate a highlight mode. Okay, that's kind of cool. Like that. So I can go... Oh, just highlights the whole thing. Right, well, that's fine. This feels like it might be something you contradict. It says they're old friends, haven't seen each other. They did go to school together. Actually, I don't need to highlight that one if I've got that one. So can I take that off? Yes. They went to the Daniel M school and said that Hoffman and David had known each other their whole lives. Interesting. Okay. So that's all we're going to get out of that. Let's go back to the lab. Make research about the suspects. Oh yes, we're going to go through the internet. Anything from Captain Miller? Interview the suspects. How should we proceed now? I love that Captain Miller is a cat. So Captain Miller is Panda. Interesting. Murder investigations would be a lot easier if you could interview the victim. So true, Snood. So true. Alright, check if the suspects have something in common and try to do some research. Anyway, I'm busy at the moment, so don't bother me if it's not important. Alright, not a problem. Let's have a look at the internet. Oh, you can actually search for things. So I could search for the school and see what's going on. Oh, here we go. Narrative. Oh, that's the one that we already read that. That's fine. Yes. Yeah, we've read that one. So what was the name of the school that he went to? I think we can find it here. We want to search for Daniel M School. Let's see if this works. Can I search for... Yes, Daniel M School. We have no internet. Never mind. It's not going to help us. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, and we can go back to the interrogation. I don't think there's anything else here that I really would want to have a look at. Is it always just going to be a 404 error? Or is it certain things that we need to search for to get it to work? Like if I search for David Thompson, is that going to do the same thing? Oh my god, this keyboard, I swear. David Thompson. Ah! Okay. It does work. Okay, spelling bees. David Thompson. Little David won the 10th Sodas Points spelling contest with one of the most difficult words according to the jury, chiaroscurist. I probably mispronounced that, but okay, I would never have been able to spell that. The little one was awarded the medal and a $500 check that he can spend on candy and pizza. Okay, so David Thompson is smart. A new face appears among the stars of today's stockbrokers. David Thompson, member of Duke and Lord, ends the semester with a dizzying transaction. Orange juice has come up again in a stream. Like, what is happening here? Orange juice prices are at a historical low, a fact blamed on the harsh winter and the recent hurricane over Florida, but David Thompson, foreseeing the industry's regrowth, buys $100 million worth of orange juice stocks, ending up bringing his company and its investors a 500% return. Luck? Bribes? Many claims with the latter, of course, an investigation into how into Mr. Thompson, now known as the Orange King. Oh god, it's Trump. Chaos erupts at hole 12, and during the annual golf cart tournament, Golf X Globe, David Thompson scares the crowd driving a cart. After yet another missed hole, it looks as though Mr. Thompson had gone home, but we saw the Orange King try to attack the TV host Grant Dovilik over a joke about David's play. The announcer, chased by cart by Thompson, entered the race in the lake by hole 8. Thompson left the course laughing, unbothered by the fine he was charged in his expulsion from the golf club. Yeah, this is 100% Trump. He even goes golfing. Okay, so that was David Thompson. So I'm trying to make sure I get the names right in my head. So yeah, it's Thompson who is dead. Didn't find any reference of what school he went to there. So I'm going to try one more time in case it was just I searched for the wrong thing. So if I just search for Daniel's school, maybe that will find something. No, nothing. Okay, can't search the girls. Hoping to be able to find like a list of graduates or something and see if that was actually a thing. Guess not. Oh, Chuchi, Daniel Morgan School. Oh, true. I don't know what the M stands for. Daniel Morgan School. Too many results. I'm almost there. I could do a searching. Okay, but searching just a guy's name worked. I'm almost there. I could do a search including both the school's name and the place. Oh, do we know the place for the Daniel Morgan School? I don't think I do yet. No. Just says the Daniel M School. Matey 8 said, Mr. Brown threw a frying pan in the kitchen when his wife woke up with him over the phone. Don't know if it's relevant. Mr. Brown also drove away from the police, which turned into a police chase. Mr. Brown, what are you doing? So that is... Hang on, I'm getting myself confused now. So that was Larry Brown. I've been talking to Hoffman. And it's David Thompson that's dead. Yeah, the broker. Okay. So Larry Brown's got problems. Was there any location information in the Spelling Bee article? Good question. Let's search for that again. No, there wasn't. It might be that we need to ask more questions now that we know what we're looking for. Might be New York. Mr. Brown works there. Maybe. Daniel Morgan School. Let's try it. New York. No, that is not it. Actually, if I look at... Maybe Soda's Point? If I search for Soda's Point in it, maybe that's what we need. Soda's Point. See, now I'm starting to feel a little bit more like, yes, here we go. Okay. We got it. Daniel Morgan School is the only school in Soda's Point, New York. The institute houses an elementary, secondary, and high school with a small choice of electives. List of past deans: Jason Ross, Maria someone, Norman Lee, Billy Hope, Margaret Madden. Okay, good start. We've confirmed that it's a real school, but it doesn't really help us with much else. Some information has been lost. I should remember to dig deeper into this later. I should make sure Lara has read this page too, so we can both continue with the interrogation. Alright, I don't know if there's something here that Matey 8 needs, but we've confirmed the past deans. Yeah, I got an achievement for it, which was pretty neat. None of these names seem to ring a bell yet, though, but... Okay, Matey 8, you've got it. It's the same for you. Cool. Cool. Alright. That's all we're going to get out of that then. So let's get back to the interrogation and see what happens. Alright, let's talk about the school. Were you, Thompson, and Brown in the same class at the Daniel Morgan School?
That is correct. We used to call ourselves the Fantastic Four.
Cute. I like that. I'm going to just star that. 4. The Fantastic 3. I meant 3. Sorry. Can't count. Really? I don't believe that. Were you close friends in secondary school?
Yes, but also later on. I mean, until the end of high school, more or less.
No, you said later on. And what happened between Thompson and Brown after secondary school?
Oh, well, yes. I mean, they each had their own interests and went different ways. I believe that's normal, isn't it?
That's really interesting. What could Hoffman have meant by Fantastic Four? I think I should remember that for later. Yep, it's alright. Got it. Alright, let's talk about the night of the accident. Mr. Hoffman, let's take a look back to reconstruct yesterday's events. Okay, what choices do I have here? Hello? Choice? Who organised the meetup? When was the last time you heard Mr. Thompson? Yeah, who organised the meetup?
Oh, David took care of everything. He found this house on the sea where we could spend the night together, remembering the old times.
Oh, I should have noted that down. Damn it.
Yes, he wanted to spend some time between old friends.
And what time did you arrive at the house?
We had agreed to meet at 9 p.m. and I arrived perfectly on time. David was there already, while Larry was about 15 minutes late. Then we got in.
And what did you do after that?
Larry started cooking immediately, and we were all pretty hungry.
This is all potentially useful information. Alright, so after cooking... Ooh, what did you do? No, what did you talk about? That's what I want to know.
We talked about what we did, our job, our current life in general.
Did you drink some alcohol during dinner?
Just some white wine.
Did you get drunk during dinner?
No, not at all. That only happened afterwards when we played poker.
And when did you finish eating?
We finished at about 10:30 p.m.
Well, go on. What happened after dinner?
We relaxed for a while on the couch for about an hour or so.
And what did you do?
We talked peacefully, reminiscing about the old days. I put on a fantastic vinyl that I found at home, an incredible Rock 3.
Do you mean the Piano Concerto No. 3 by Sergei Rachmaninoff?
Exactly! Are you a pianist too?
I dabble from time to time, but back to us. What mood was Mr. Thompson in?
The usual, David. Fun when he decides to talk, but most often a bit closed, thoughtful.
Was he very thoughtful that evening?
Well, yes, but no more than usual. I mean, the usual David.
Alright, go on. What happened after you relaxed on the couch?
David brought out the poker case and a bottle of whiskey. I remember his big smile on his face. So we started playing and drinking.
And at what time did you start playing?
It was about 11:38. I looked at my watch when I stood up from the couch, so I'm sure of it.
Uh-huh. Please, go on. What happened during the game?
We started playing at low stakes, and then we kept drinking, and we loosened up a little bit. We kept talking, joking, having fun. Yeah, and then yes, right.
Go on. What happened?
So David told us he was in dire straits, you see, and that he was having a hard time. He was depressed. Then he started to bet hard. After he had drunk, I mean. He started to bet more than he could afford at poker. We tried to dissuade him, yes, but we were all pretty drunk, to be honest. In the end, he lost everything.
Wait. Let's slow down for a second. David said at some point that he had problems. What kind?
Yes, well, financial problems, for sure. He was addicted to gambling, yes, and that made him broke.
Did you know that Mr. Thompson was a gambler? Had he ever mentioned it before?
No, not at all. I had no idea. He had never had this kind of addiction. On the contrary, he had always been a very rational person.
So, what did you do when he told you about his financial situation?
Well, I told him I was sorry, obviously. That we had to stop immediately, with the poker game, I mean. But he wouldn't listen, and he got mad, yes.
Got mad, huh?
He got mad, and he told us that he just wanted to play with his friends, and we shouldn't have to worry at all. I didn't want to upset him, and on top of that I was quite drunk, so I kept playing.
And what happened after that?
Well, the game got more tense, yes, and David started to get bigger and bigger. He just started growing. He was growing so large. He just kept eating food and drink, and oh my god, he was massive.
I think I meant... Oh, sorry, I missed a word there. He started to bet. I completely misread that as get. I like my version better.
couldn't stop complaining about his luck. And eventually he lost everything.
Against whom did he lose?
Against Larry, if I recall. Yeah, I believe it was against him.
And what happened after he lost everything?
He went crazy, yes. And then he threw us out of the kitchen. He was desperate. So we went straight to bed.
Mm-hmm.
The day after, well, we found him like that.
Wait a second. Mr. Hoffman, you are rushing again. You say Mr. Thompson got angry after losing that decisive hand against Mr. Brown. What did he do?
Oh, yes, he went crazy. He said he was cursed, yes. That it was a curse. His curse. And that he couldn't take it anymore. He was completely out of his mind. Oh, we tried to comfort him, but it was hopeless. He sent us away. He said the night was over.
Did Mr. Thompson attack any of you?
Well, nothing serious, I assure you. Some gentle push, maybe, but then we left. It was just a few moments.
At what time did you stop playing poker?
Which is at 2:25 a.m. I remember it because during the last hand, which I was not involved in, I checked the time on my watch, and in that very moment, David called Larry's bet, losing the hand.
These times are going to be significant, I'm sure. Oh, that's very interesting. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. This information will be useful. Alright, and what did you do after the poker game?
Nothing. We were a little upset. I mean, Larry and me, and we went immediately to bed.
Did you and Mr. Brown then each go to your own bedrooms?
Yes, exactly.
Did Mr. Thompson stay in the kitchen?
Exactly, yes.
And once in your bedroom, what did you do?
Nothing. I put on my pajamas, my little nightcap, I had a little sip of whiskey, I went to bed.
And did you fall asleep immediately?
No, not at all. Well, I was really, really drunk. It took me a while to fall asleep, yes.
And then you slept?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear anything during the night?
No, not at all. Not even a fly.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. Well, Mr. Hoffman, before continuing with the deposition, I should make a consultation. See you in a moment. Something doesn't add up. I have to consult with Lara and compare the two depositions. Alright, back to the laboratory. Cool. I take it you're back in the lab as well, mate here. Let's see what we can figure out. Larry said the same, said he could see daylight when he went to bed. But then it would have been much earlier than 2:25 a.m. Okay. Suspects often lie to hide something. Read the deposition and talk with your partner, then write down the numbers of the lines where the two suspects contradict each other. Okay. Well, we just have to figure out the contradiction and we can go from there. So, we have to put down the lines for it. So, I think the most obvious one is the times at which they said they went to bed. Yeah, I would say much later. I mean, if I said earlier, I meant like early in the morning. So, for me, that's line 256, which is what Hoffman said. He said it was at 2:25. Remember, because during the last hand, not involved in, check the time on my watch, and in that very moment, David called Larry to bed. So that's... Actually, can you double check, matey 8? Did you get any information about what time the poker match ended? Here it said he went immediately to bed. So that might be the line that we're looking for. Otherwise, I'd be curious to know if Brown had said anything about, what time they went to bed, or if there's any noise during the night. Yeah, anything about the Fantastic 4/3. How far back can I go? All the way back. To be fair, that's a lot of lines of dialogue. They've had fun with it. Two old friends. Met at 9 p.m. Brown doesn't remember any times except the starting time of the night. Larry said it started at 9. He also went straight to bed. Yeah, but if he said he went straight to bed, he said he could see daylight when he went to bed. So that's the contradiction there. So you're saying he went straight to bed at the time that the match ended. So what line was it where he said that he went straight to bed? What's the line number? Oh, I've got to find out if this is the contradiction or not. 278. Well, let's try this then. Does 278 contradict 256? Yes, it does. Hoffman claims he checked the time after the poker game and that it was 2:25 a.m. In addition, he says that they went to bed immediately after that. On the contrary, Brown stated that when they went to bed, he could already see the dawn lights. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, depending on the part of the world they're living in, but assuming it's in New York, then no, this doesn't make any sense. One of them is lying. At least one of them. Okay. So do we go back in? Also, how do we save? Okay. We could save here, because Matey 8, we are out of time. But yes, this is working, and I like this kind of communication. So, I'm going to pause the clock, because this is going to be the interesting bit. It's over to you guys to vote as to whether or not we're going to play any more of this. And I don't want to sway it. I don't want to sway it. It's completely up to you. Get your votes in. Yes, if it is time to spin the wheel and move on to a new game. No, if it is, if we're going to carry on with this game at the start of the next stream. Matey 8, full disclosure, we are probably going to pause here, but if it wins the vote, we will try and pick up where we left off in the next stream. Hopefully you'll be available, otherwise this is going to be a bit awkward. Kuchi, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. That is very generous and kind of you. Congratulations to the people that got the freebies with 14 Pat, Purple Swirl, and I can't see the others, but they come. Indecision 6326, congratulations on the free membership. Maybe if it wins, you should be available and be able to join the VC next time. Perfect. It means we might be able to carry on with where we left off. 100% Normal Human got an extra one as well. Thank you very much. That was very, very kind. And I appreciate helping support the channel. That goes towards being able to pay for the games that we get to play on stream. While we're here, just thinking about bingo as well. Oh yeah, because we're just about out of time. Make sure you get your votes in, by the way. I know there's nearly 30 people hanging out on the stream. We've got 6 votes have come in so far. All of them for a no vote. 100% Normal Human, you got the email notification, found out you were streaming. Hello, you're coming in right at the end of the stream, unfortunately. But we're going to be able to pick up, hopefully, with something fun at the start of the next one. We found a Phoenix Wright style game, but it's co-op. And Matey 8 has joined us, and it should be a good time. Snood is voting yes. How dare you, Snood? How dare you? I saw that. Graeldon will remember this. Yeah, Mamamoo is hip. I absolutely agree. We're ending the stream on a good note today. 100%. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to be a nice distraction for you today, Chuchi. Alright, so this means we are going to be picking up the stream next time with a little bit more of this game, whose name I have already forgotten, and I apologize. It was Mark and Lara, Partners in Justice. Now let's quickly have a look over at the bingo before we wrap up today's stream. Was there anything else that we could mark off from here? I didn't see a dev logo. It didn't do the correct resolution. It wasn't more than a giveaway. Soundtrack is a banger. I was really enjoying that music. That was quite lovely, actually. Didn't see anything there. Chat did win the Wordle. Doesn't... Oh, has it had any updates? I missed that one. Ooh. Let's have a look. Do we have any updates? Drum roll. Yes! We've had one update for improving the English localization. So just managed to squeeze that one in. Game has been updated. I haven't seen any overlapping text. We don't have the game suggester in the chat. I would say yes, Mamamoo. We can definitely call this a spiritual successor. 100% this is a spiritual successor because it's following up on the same kind of vibe and tones as the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games. So I think you can 100% call it that. I don't believe it has trading cards. Nope, definitely not. So I think that's going to be about all that we can mark off on that one, unfortunately. Unless anyone has anything else that they need us to check. Mediate was close, but you were missing a tile. What were you missing? That's the question. So, again, anyone else, if you've got tiles you want checks, let's find out. Snood, you got 4 lines that are 2 away from a bingo. Yeah, that's painful. Sorry, mate. You just wanted to expand your lead, didn't you? Move it from 3 to 4. Mediate, me missing something important. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I did miss anything important in that one. I've been pretty switched on today. I even managed to stay on top of what was happening in the conversations. I didn't miss any key mechanics. Even, yeah, no, sorry. I was so switched on. Oh, so the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yeah, no defaulting. Just need a default font. Didn't get the title drop or the roll credits. Yeah. Managed to get a lot of tiles, but just not quite the right ones. Oh, well, that's how it goes sometimes. It was worth a shot. Alright, I think on that note then, we can officially wrap up today's stream. Let's check on the background music. There we go. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out and for the people that supported the channel. We'll kick off next time with myself and Matey8 coming back in to play some more of Mark and Lara, partners in Justice. And then we'll see where we go from there. Maybe this will be the next game that actually gets a full playthrough. Time will tell. Otherwise, just a reminder, if you haven't checked out already, the 100% OJ review video is out. We're hoping to be able to pick up the pace on some of the content again as well. We've got the next video that's already about to get into the editing dungeon, so it shouldn't be too much of a wait for the next one after that. Otherwise, I will see you again next weekend, and hopefully my camera will be working properly by then. Otherwise, until next time, thank you very much, everyone, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. See you then!